Okay, let's see here. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Making sure the mic works. Making sure the scene works. Oh, did I switch that? Okay. Oh, I just pressed the wrong button. Okay, awesome. It switches. Okay, that's all I needed to know. Let's see. What is Trevor doing over here?
We can run away from here, from everything that we hold dear. Will you take my hand now? You're the missing piece I found. There's no one else I want around. A shining beacon leading me to freedom. I feel like I'm dreaming, dreaming. We can take our time, we've got forever. We were broken by design, but it's worth the effort. I won't leave you behind. Will you stay by my side? Dreaming, 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 dreaming. Oh, could this be reality? I'm waiting for you. I'm holding my breath. I don't know which way to turn. I could be the one for you. I could be the one for you. We can run away from here, from everything that we hold dear. Will you take my hand now? You're the missing piece I found. There's no one else I want around. A shining beacon leading me to freedom. I feel like I'm dreaming, dreaming. We can take our time, we've got forever. We were broken by design, but it's worth the effort. I won't leave you behind. Will you stay by my side?
Hi, John Rambo. Hi, Pack Up. I know this song. I do too, broskies. How are you two? Testing 1, 2, 3. Just making sure my mic is a-okay. Oh lord, that was loud. What a bob! I know, right? You know, this person named A Fluffy Alpaca Vivu has made that amazing song. You should check him out on Spotify. Actually, brothers, I am great. How are you? I am doing fantastic. I'm sweating my ass off. I work from home and I do deal with calls calls, and today I've never seen my queue line hit over 300 callers. I agree. Check his Spotify out. Hey, yeah, swamp ass. Dude, my ass feels like a swamp right now. That, my bro. Wow, I'm gonna have to check that shit out after this podcast. Thank you everyone for joining. So we are going to take a few moments. Let's all hype each other up. Let's hype the stream up. So you're just gonna hear my voice. Then after this, when I display you these beautiful people, you're not gonna hear me for a while until the end. Crip, thank you for being the moderator and watching the channel. CJ, I'm just hyping everybody up right now. Ada. Wait, is John Rambo, is that Austin? Ada. Wait, no. Yes? Wait, what? I'm confused. Wait, who's who? You are Austin. Okay. Hold up. Wait. You are Austin? Wait, are you Austin? Wait, okay, wait, what? Okay, dude, I'm not high, okay? So there should not be any confusion at the moment. Should I be? I don't know. Are you kidding? Alright. You know what, guys? I'm going to present to you my lovely gentleman that is going to be taking care of this podcast for this Friday. Thank you for everybody joining. For one, Ada. Hold on, I got you. I'm just eating McDonald's at the moment. Okay, you ready for this, Austin? Ada. Alrighty. I'm gonna lower this volume real quick, and I'm going to unmute myself, so I will I will be presenting you guys my gentlemen. Let me just unmute myself. Alright, we are live, and I was just keeping my folks entertained. So CJ, you have the stage. Go ahead.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Musketar TV. And tonight, we got not one, but two special faces joining me tonight. Let's dig right into this first. We have an amazing gentleman, an extraordinary streamer, a gamer who loves getting into and playing the role of the game he plays. And for some odd reason, he really likes giving me weapons of mass destruction to destroy galaxies. We got Mr. Sano Sama!
Chat.
And we have another amazing fellow streamer, a great guy, a truly sweaty Apex boy, as sneaky as there is an Escape from Tarkov. He was my Apex tourney and carry partner, speak boy, carry partner in the server that we were in when we did a tourney. He also stole my cat. That's Mr. FGK Gods.
What's up? Good to be here.
And of course, returning to join me tonight is everyone's favorite small boy, the Hoya screamer, Lord Farquaad himself, Trevor!
I'm not Lord Farquaad, but okay.
And along with him, I bring to you the tryhard, the siege boy. It's motherfucking Cedric!
Hello, I'm Cedric.
Alrighty, allow me to go down the list here. I'm going to start with you, Sano. Why don't you introduce yourself to everybody?
What's up, chat? This is different than normal. I get to actually just be me. My name's Brandon. Online, I go by Sano Sama or just Sano. and I'm a streamer and content creator, and live on Twitch TV. Trying to get into YouTube, and just learned Twitter yesterday, but I suck at it. So nice to meet you guys.
Amazing. Next up, let's go with Mr. Gods.
Hey, my name's Sebastian, but I go by FGK Gods in the gaming community. I am a streamer, content creator, do a variety of work from meme edits, montage edits, but have been primarily doing meme edits for the past couple months. I enjoy playing some Tarkov, Escape Tarkov, Apex, Rocket League, most first-person shooters. Um, if I had to like choose a specific genre, and I am a PC player. So I'm a PC player, try hard. So yeah,
PC, let's go.
Yeah.
PC
Next
Master
up
Race.
is the boy, Trevor.
Hi, I'm the service king. You guys can call me Trevor. I'm a WoW nerd, Destiny nerd, and I agree with them. PC's master race.
And of course, our boy, Citric.
What's up? I'm Timothy, or Citric. I am the Siege Addict of the Musketards. I play competitive Siege. I'm also, yes, as Dirty said, I am a tryhard at Siege. Tryhard. Yeah, that's more to know about me.
And of course, I'm your host, the boy, the man, CJ, aka Jetty, aka everything in the world. And tonight, we got some interesting topics to talk about, and I'm going to share them all with you before we get started. So, as you know, we are going to be looking at the chat regularly, and I will try my best to acknowledge anybody. So please engage with us, and I will try my best to get to you between the speakers. Now let's see, what was tonight's topics? I have to look at the sheet
Hey,
quickly.
CJ. Is that your fan?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
He was
Anyway,
born
our
cool.
topics for tonight. Just gonna turn this off quick. Our topics for tonight. We will be talking about franchise games. Have they died? Should they stop? The next topic. It's really quiet all of a sudden with the fan off. Anyway, second topic. Second topic. Should we remaster games? What is a remastered game? We'll get into that more. Number 3, competitive gaming. The future of esports and competition games. Number 4 is a special one that is near and dear to the heart of our lovely Zion Xeno, and that's content creating. Small content creators. What is a content creator? We'll get into that. Our 5th topic, we are diving back into nostalgia games. I'm talking about Pokemon. I'm talking about Mario. We're going to dive into that. And of course, number 6, our last topic. We're going to dive back into E3 that happened a few weeks ago. We're going to get everyone's reactions to it and what they feel will be the next big thing. I hope you're all excited as I am
Awesome.
because this is going to
Yeah.
be the best.
Beautiful intro, CJ.
Oh, thank you.
Before
Okay.
we start, can we get everybody, all right, in voice chat, say ada ada.
Ara,
Ara.
Ara.
Good, nice.
Ah.
Want me to say ara ara? Ara
Ala, ala. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into this with our first topic. Let's talk about the big boys. We're talking about the franchises. Franchise gaming. Franchise games like Call of Duty, like Fallout, Halo, Battlefield, 2K, Nintendo games. Now, I'm going to go down the list here and I'm going to kind of talk to each of you individually about this. I'm going to start with Mr. Sano because he is our guest after all. I want to know, what's your favorite franchised game?
Guys, game. I'm super into the. I mean, I'm just right off the gate. I'm a super off meta Like if it's meta, I don't want any part of it. I'm gonna like break the mold. So like I don't know, I'm into 4X kind of stuff. So Total War series are big for me. Like the Civ games, I love. I remember playing the original Civilization on Super Nintendo and just like falling in love. And Shogun was one of my first PC games, and I've just been like, stuff like that gets my ticker off. Recently, been doing Fallout, and it kind of re-sparked my love for Bethesda games like the Elder Scrolls and the Fallout series. Super solid. You'll never like. I don't know, man. I never really got into Madden. Never got into Call of Duty. Never got into Battlefield. Field. All the stuff these kids are playing these days is not really my jam. I don't know. So I really love Bethesda stuff. 4X games. Also, Way of the Samurai is an old school one that needs to get rebooted, but we'll get into that later. That's about all I got.
Hell yeah. Now let's move over to Mr. Gods, our next special guest. And my question, of course, what is your favorite franchise game? Give me the deets.
At the current moment, I am enjoying Escape from Tarkov. Um, a lot of people don't really play Escape from Tarkov, but has been on the uprising in the past couple years, from what I know. But then, of course, you got to get with the Battlefield hype. The new Battlefield is coming out. I'm ready to try another FPS shooter. Hopefully, it's good. I'm hoping. I have some high prospects for it. Other than that, with what Asano said, one of the other franchises that's a little off to the side that's not really known is Command and Conquer, which is uh, real-time strategy game, sort of similar to Civilization. Not 100% the same. It's not turn-based, but more so just real-time strategy, of course. But we'll talk more about that in the remastered because that's what I'm trying to look into.
Of course, of course. Let's throw it to Citric. I want to know your favorite franchise game, even though I think I already know the answer.
Okay. So yeah. No. By the way, just to show you, it's not Siege. All right. I know that's a first. My favorite game that's not Siege is actually CS. Like I've played a lot of CS growing up, and I also played. Does anyone know Chivalry Medieval Warfare?
Heard
I
of it.
love.
Two since
I
the
love.
alpha. Played
I
the
love
crap out
that
of the
game.
first one.
Yeah, that game is great, and hopefully when I get the money, I'll get the second one. Kind of save right now, but yeah, those are probably my top two, like hands down, OG favorite games, and will always, play to heart. Also, For Honor. For Honor is a really good one. But yeah.
By the way, Citric, your girlfriend
Yes.
says, Citric, I fucked your mom.
Oh.
Yo, give me your deets.
Really?
I'll get you a copy of Chivalry. We should party up sometime.
Hell yeah, man. It's cool. I have the original one, but not the second one.
You need the second one.
Oh. Okay. All right.
Good times. Now, finally, let's get to Trevor. Let's get this question out of the way. Trevor, tell me about your favorite franchise game. Give me the deets.
I have a lot, but lately I've been a new patch came out for World of Warcraft, so I've been playing the shit out of it. But I also my second favorite's like Destiny 2, and that's about it. Those are my top two right now, and
Amazing.
Apex. But
Well, of course, Apex.
yeah,
Alrighty. So my
Apex is-
second question to you guys, and I'll start this one off with Mr. Gods, and that's gonna be, what franchises do you think what franchises do you guys think have died or may have passed that point of they should have stopped at like this certain game? I'm gonna start with you, Gods.
Well, the main one everyone knows is Fortnite. Come on, Fortnite completely died off, and just after I think I don't even know which season. I think like season 6, 7. It just got they just were pushing their agenda on everyone, and it just like got overused. Like, don't get me wrong, all the events they had, like the in-game events, beautiful compared to any other game. But other than that, their game was just absolutely going to hit the floor. Other than that, I would say Call of Duty is on the second tier list. Call of Duty has been, if Warzone didn't come out, I say Call of Duty would have been in the dirt without Warzone. No one, you hear Warzone a lot, but you don't hear about Call of Duty multiplayer as much as Warzone. So sort of games nowadays are just dying out because usually you have the customizable customabilities of just like cosmetics and stuff that you have to pay for, battle passes, etc. Getting overused, in my opinion.
Alrighty. Mr. Trevor, why don't you give us your thoughts? What franchises do you think might have died
I
or
think
past that point of should have stopped?
Bethesda. I think they died. I don't hear a lot about them, and I also sadly to hear about Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog died. I don't know when, but I haven't heard anything about them either. So, but like I have to agree with Gods. Call of Duty is without Warzone, it'll be in the dirt.
Alright. Mr. Citric, why don't you give us your intake on what franchise do you think may have died or past that point of should have stopped at this game?
Honestly, like, I'm probably gonna get some shit for this, but it's just what I think. I think Assassin's Creed. Like, don't get me wrong, Valhalla was really good, but I mean, that's the problem with story mode games, just strictly story mode. Like, after you finish the entire game, what are you gonna do? But there's nothing left to do. I mean, you finish the story, the side quests. So, especially on Assassin's Creed, I would love to just see a little bit more, and like more like new things, because it was Assassin's Creed Syndicate where they introduced the grappling hook, and like, you could just go up on a building a lot faster, and it would take a lot less time. So yeah, I'd say the Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty and Fortnite, because especially with Fortnite, where they release like a bunch of pointless shit for like, for example, didn't they release like the Superman skin or like the Mandalorian skin or some shit like that? It's like they try so hard to be relevant, yet we both know it's not really going off anywhere anymore. So yeah.
Indeed. Before I get to Mr. Sano, I'm looking at the chat here, and Mr. Alpaca is saying that Call of Duty would be the franchise he feels may have died, along with Crip agreeing that Fortnite needs to go, but the kids will cry. Wah. All right, Mr. Sano, you have the floor, of course. Give me your opinion. What franchise do you think has died or come to that point of it should have ended at this game?
I agree with all of the above. Some of the games that really got me into gaming was the original Call of Duty and the original Battlefield. I loved those games. I mean, I loved them so much, but it just, I don't know, maybe first person shooters became so standard that it just lost innovation along the way or something. Like, I remember Battlefield 2 being in a jet for the first time on a 64 player Battlefield was like the coolest thing ever. Now it's old news, and I don't really know where you can push the envelope aside from graphically from there, or new kill streak perks or whatever. But like, I haven't purchased any of those games in a long time. The one series I would say that nobody else has mentioned is the SmackDown versus Raw and just the
Oh my God.
WWE franchise, dude. Because like the original SmackDown versus Raw for PlayStation 2, 2003 was the best, dude.
Sano,
It
I
was
love you.
so awesome, man.
I love
Me
you
and
so
my
much,
buddy
Sano.
tag team champion the crap out of that as kids, but I've purchased several of the games since, but played them for, fractions of the time as I move forward through the progression, and it just is getting shallower and shallower. Like, stop making wrestling games. I don't care anymore, dude. I just don't care. I don't know.
I feel like every day Sano gives me another reason to love him like so much, and it's like, Sano, I love you.
Love you too, buddy.
Alrighty.
Can I add something?
Yes, you may. Go ahead while I check the chat.
Yeah, I was also going to talk about like the sports games in general. Like, to be honest, I'm probably gonna offend like people who play sports games, but it's the same game over and over and over each year. Like, I don't know if that's just me who thinks that, but like, for example, like one thing that's like new, for example, what is Rocket League? Like, it alone is it's a sports game, but the only difference is that it's actually in cars. It's a lot more fun. But when you're playing a game like FIFA or NBA 2K, it's not that fun because it's just the same as the last year's game, the year before that. So, yeah.
Also, I want to point out the Wolfenstein games died too. The old, I used to play this. It was Wolfenstein. Return of the Castle. That was my shit back in the day.
What about
And I
Saints
think
Row?
Wolfenstein franchise died.
I was gonna say, what about Saints Row? Do you remember that game?
Oh my.
Dude,
Saints Row is
number
great.
3 the best. To be
Yeah.
honest,
It was good.
Yeah. Anyone remember the dildo bat?
Oh my god.
Oh.
That
I
was
don't
all
think we
over
can mention that on
YouTube.
stream, but yes,
It's freaking that went to not only where it's Saints Row, but it friggin' transferred over to Dead Island, I think. Or what's
Oh,
the friggin' zombie game? I forgot the name. Dead Rising or something
Maybe
like
Oh,
that.
yeah,
I think you're thinking
yeah.
Dead Rising.
dude, Dead Rising died, but
Yeah.
it was still a fun game.
Yeah, it was
even
so
though.
fun.
Just slightly off meta. That's just me. I feel like the true crime series died before it reached its pinnacle. Like they did the Sleeping Dogs, which was originally supposed to be True Crimes Hong Kong, but like I love the True Crimes game,
Oh, yeah.
and Sleeping Dogs was amazing, and I
Yeah,
think
Sleeping
that
Dogs is so
could
good.
take off into new territory if they keep making that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I miss Sleeping Dogs. That game, I was actually thinking about it when I think it was Trevor who mentioned Naughty Dogs. It was like, I was thinking in my head, wait, what's that one game, the one that took place in Hong Kong? And so yeah, I was thinking of Sleeping Dogs. Sleeping Dogs is such a good game.
So good.
So fucking good, yeah.
And I will say here, for in the chat, we have a Mr. Are You Fucking Serious? Who says that he believes most of the appeal for the sports games is the fans that know the players and roster changes each year. And let's see. Yeah, that's about it. Alpaca is talking about how Sleeping Dogs was so good and highly underrated. I did enjoy Sleeping Dogs. I didn't get too far into it. Like, I think I ran around for a while, but it was like I stopped playing it and then I never picked it back up. But who knows? Maybe one day I'll re-download it or something. But let's see. My next question is, and it kind of ties in the two because I know we kind of talked a little bit about franchises that should have stopped or ended. So I'm gonna kind of go after this one and say, do you believe any of these franchises are gonna ever end, like Call of Duty, Halo, Battlefield, any of these games? Do you
Madden.
guys feel Madden? Yes, that's actually a good one for the sports
Including
one.
Madden.
Like, do you believe there's ever gonna come a point where that game is going to officially stop or end? And I'm going to throw this to Citric to go first.
I mean, because some of these games like mean a lot to us in our childhood. So honestly, if it gets to like a certain point, yeah, I do think it'll end eventually. Like especially with Call of Duty, Halo, and definitely Madden without a doubt. But I mean, it's gonna be weird to see like such like beloved games like and their franchise end. It's gonna be pretty tragic, but at the same time, like, do I think it's gonna happen? Yes, eventually it'll happen.
Yes, yes. Let's throw it to Mr. Sano. Give me your thoughts.
As long as we live in a world that really plugs itself into sports, professional sports on a broad scale, you're always going to have NFL games featuring real life all-stars, football games featuring real life all-stars. And we just live in a place that like there's companies that have corners on that market. Like Madden has a corner on the NFL market. 2K or whatever it is. I don't even know who produces the NFL or NBA games these days, but like, I don't know. There's always going to be people that are interested in that. And if a game comes out for it, same thing with WWE. Like for me, it got old 2 decades ago, but there's people who still love it. And they're going to buy the game because Triple H is on the cover, and that's fine. But
Don't talk to me like that.
you know what I mean? But like for me, Fight Night is a franchise that died, and I wish it didn't, but it did. So like, I know there's a huge boxing community. There's people that get into MMA, or like MMA is kind of the off branch that came, but there's still people in the boxing community. But like Fight Night's dead. We haven't had a Fight Night game in 11 years, 12
Oh,
years or something. So
DJ
it's
Jam,
possible.
or I forgot. It was a. It was. I remember there was a game. It was like a. It had 50 Cent on it. It was an old PS2 game.
Oh, the fighting game?
Yeah, it's a fighting game.
Dude, Def Jam? What was that called? Def
Yes!
Jam Vendetta, dude?
Yes!
Yeah.
That would never die.
Where's my
I've-
Def Jam games, man?
Oh my lord.
Forgot
Let's
about
see.
those.
Looking at the chat
I
here.
thought about it, like, what that fucking game is? But yeah, Def Jam.
Def Jam.
One person, Ravi said, love them, hate them, or staples to the industry. Definitely have to agree with that. No matter what, you're gonna have a Call of Duty each year. You're gonna have not Battlefield each year from the looks of it, but every other year, give or take. You're gonna have Madden, FIFA every year. There's no doubt about that. There's no way it's going away. As long as you have people playing it, it's gonna be staying for the long run.
Oh, yeah.
As
And I know a lot
long
of
as
people
they're
are
getting the
saying,
money.
the sports games too. They're never gonna die. Never. Sandal, don't personally attack me.
Won't. But I will take this opportunity to shout out Esports Boxing Club, which is a new boxing game coming out. I'm like, just let me pre-order. Take my money. I don't care. I haven't had a boxing game in 12 years. Please. I need this.
What about the UFC games? Like, doesn't that technically count as boxing?
Yeah, the EA's MMA for Xbox was really good. I haven't played any of the UFC games though.
Let's see. I believe, Gods, I want more of your intake on our subject in question right now. Do you believe they're ever gonna end? Do you believe there might be a franchise that's gonna end at some point? Like, what's
Of
your thoughts?
Zelda.
If I'm being truly honest, right now, if you look at the meta games, those will never die out. But if you look at the games that are competing against these meta games, like the low-key games, those games are the ones that are gonna die out because they're not the meta. Usually that's how it goes. No matter, top dogs stay top until an underdog comes along. Until a new game that, like Fortnite. Fortnite came in, just said Call of Duty, Battlefield. Not today. We're Fortnite. That was at the beginning peak of Fortnite, but now even Fortnite has died off. It hasn't died off completely. It's still up and running. It's not a died off franchise yet. But I wouldn't say at any point. As long as there's kids, Fortnite's gonna thrive.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, yes. Trevor, you've been a little silent, so I want to get your intake next. What do you think?
Honestly, I think, like for returning, I think I agree with Simon, the Tony Hawk Pro Skaters. I think that's gonna make a big return. But like as it dies, I think Fortnite's gonna be like a dying company. But mhm.
Did I get to everybody? I know I did Gods. I did Sano, did I get to you? I believe I did. Did I?
Sir. Yep.
Citric, did I get to you?
On this particular topic, no.
Then please go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Do I think a certain franchise can die? Honestly, Fortnite. Like, it's just like the thing with
Champion the death of Fortnite.
No, it's like the thing with Fortnite is just it's it's honestly to when I first like when it first came out, I wasn't into it. Like that wasn't my kind of game. Like when Fortnite came out, I was more like story games, especially the Batman Arkham series. But yeah, no, or the company Epic Games will always like still be producing games, quality games. But just Fortnite alone, no, I think it's probably gonna die without a doubt in my mind. But yeah.
Yes. Let's move on to my next question. I want you guys to think of your favorite franchise, favorite series of games. I want you to take a moment to tell me like what you feel is the worst and best of that series of franchise, and what's about that you like and don't like about those games. I'm gonna give you guys a minute to think about it, but I'm gonna throw this question to Trevor to go first when he's ready.
Oh.
Are you talking
I
about like Call of Duty?
Like any games that might have had like a series that you really enjoyed, franchise like Call of
I
Duty, Halo,
Yeah.
like all of them had series, some type of game that has multiple of
I
it.
know a lot of people are gonna not agree with me, but I love the Jack and Daxter series. That's my all-time favorite series. From because like just thinking about it, it's like the first game in that era to not have a loading screen. It was strictly like you play, you go to different zone, no loading screen. You know, my all-time favorite Jack and Daxter from the Jack and Daxter is number 3. That's my favorite of all time. So that's my.
Alrighty, thank you, Mr. Trevor. Let's go to Mr. Citric. I really want to know what you think. What is your favorite, not so favorite game of a series of franchise you enjoy? Tell me why.
If you know me, I'm a big fucking DC nerd. All right, I love the DC universe. My favorite series is the Arkham series. From Arkham Asylum to Arkham Knight. You know, my my favorite excuse me, my favorite game out of that entire like series is for sure without a doubt Arkham City, solely based on the story. But if it's like different like features, Arkham Knight, because I mean, who wouldn't want to drive the Batmobile? All right, that's the only game where you could buy drive the Batmobile, and it's so good. Um, Honestly, I don't think there was a worst version, but excuse me, the most underrated one is Arkham Origins, and I can see why. Like, there wasn't that much to it, but was it still a fun game? Yes, it was. But yeah.
Nice. Mr. Sano, I want to hear your intake. What do you feel was maybe the good and not so good of the franchise that you enjoy? Tell me your thoughts.
Well, I really love the Telltale games, quite honestly, especially the Walking Dead games. Until I found out that it was like a huge lie. But my first experience through that was traumatic. I wish that they had just doubled down and like 10x their decision making process and kept making games. Like Citric was saying about the Batman Arkham series, when Telltale came out with their Batman Telltale game
Yeah.
series, I haven't actually played it, but that's the kind of stuff that really interests me. Like, I like the way you do games, and you're touching on nostalgic and key figures of my childhood and life that I'm down with, dude. So like, I would have loved to have seen more of that. I feel like that was a company that died too early, unfortunately, but I think we all just found out it was a lie, and it sort of became meme culture that it doesn't matter what you do, even though that's what they advertise their whole process is. um, I don't know, man. I never got into Madden. I want to see Tecmo Bowl come back. Probably too old for any of you.
Boomer! Boomer alert!
Welcome
Also,
to the
Way of the
Boomer
Samurai
Club.
got horrible. First Way of the Samurai was the best, and it went downhill from there.
Welcome to the Boomer Club.
Welcome to the boom. All right. I'm gonna throw this lastly to Gods, of course. And what was the worst and best game of your favorite franchise or series? Give me your thoughts. Why did you like it? Why didn't you like it?
Well, of course, Call of Duty. Like, come on, like, the games like went from I think Advanced Warfare or Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare that just like adding the jetpack. That was like the movement was they went from boots on the ground to like just insane like on like some other like alien level of movement to like back to boots on the ground. Then you got Black Ops 3, which was like I would say the even playing ground of boots on the ground and then jetpacks. It sort of combined the two perfectly, but then uh they just tried to go back to boots on the ground and they just never it's never the same now because I don't know, it just hasn't been the same ever since.
Tried to be tribes.
Exactly.
All right. My next two questions are gonna be more of kind of like a ranking questions. Gonna one-on-one talk to each of you. So I'm gonna start with Sano, and as you know the four main franchises we all know is COD, Battlefield, Halo, and Fallout. I want you to rank those from 1 to 4, like one being, the one you play a lot, the one that's like your favorite, compared to 4 that you don't really play a lot, you're not really interested or you don't really play it. Like what would your ranking be for those 4 games?
So 3 options against Fallout, Battlefield, Call of Duty, and
Halo.
Halo. Fallout as number 1, Halo as number 2, Battlefield as number 3, and Call of Duty as number 4. Unless you take Call of Duty Zombies mode, then Zombies mode takes slot 2 and kicks the rankings around a little bit because I had a lot of fun playing Zombies back in the day.
100%
Especially,
agree.
I'm
especially
pretty sure we
Battlefield
all enjoyed the zombies, so
Black Ops 1.
Black Ops
Yes.
1.
Black
Definitely.
Ops 1 and 2
Yes.
are my.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right, I'm gonna throw this question to Gods. How would you How would you
Wank.
rank?
We don't want to know that.
How would you? Please don't answer that question while on stream. We'll worry about that one later. But how would you rank Call of Duty, Battlefield, Fallout, and Halo on a scale of 1 to 4? Like ranking 1 to 4.
Are we talking about old school or are we just talking about the current?
I guess current or in general, or like maybe what games you enjoyed
Okay.
more in a series compared to another. However you want to take it.
For current, I would honestly say because Battlefield's coming out, I feel like that's gonna be number 1. Give COD Warzone number 2. Halo. It was fun on console, but I feel like it's just reused at this point a little bit. So I'll put that number 3. And I've personally never played Fallout, so I there's no opinion on Fallout, so that just ranks non-applicable. Give that an NA on the bottom.
Then, NA, my boy. All right, Citric, rank those
Okay.
4 games for me.
Okay, so number 1. I mean, if I was going based off of like nostalgia, Halo. But if it's what I enjoy more, like nowadays, honestly, like COD Warzone, like, I mean, for number 2, Halo for sure. 3, Battlefield, and number 4, last but somewhat at least Fallout, mainly because I've never played the game. It's like God's like so just be like an NA ranking. But, like I honestly like don't have any like bad feelings towards the game or anything like that. It's just I've never played it, so I can't give a solid opinion. But yeah.
Alright, and finally, Trevor, give me your ranking.
For nostalgia, Halo, Battlefield, Call of Duty, and Fallout.
Nice. Alright. So this is gonna be the same aspect as the last question. You know, ranking games and stuff. So we're gonna talk about Nintendo a little bit. It's kind of a topic in and of itself because there's so much you can talk about when it comes to that. But I have 5 games here. We have the Mario series, we have the Zelda series, we have the Pokemon series, we have Metroid, which is a new game coming out, as you all know, and we have Kirby. So 5 games,
Oh,
and I'm gonna start off with Sano again because he already sounds excited.
I just forgot Kirby existed.
I feel like a lot of people kind of do, but then you look at like Smash and stuff, and you realize, oh
True.
my God, Kirby.
Yeah. What's the question?
The
About
question was
just
how, yeah, just ranking those 5
ranking
games:
'em?
Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, Metroid, Kirby.
Zelda's at the top for me, man. That was a game that initiated me into this world. You know, I remember seeing Link to the Past for the first time and thinking, what is this? I'm fucking sold. You know, like I'm in on this. Second, Metroid. Super Metroid was one of my very first Super Nintendo games. It was one of the scariest, most difficult experiences I've ever played. I mean, I still watch people speed run a Super Metroid and like randomizers on Ocarina of Time. I'm still just super, and even Link to the Past. Mario was one of my earliest memories, quite honestly. We used to go down to Godfather's Pizza, and they had a Mario arcade machine, along with the Street Fighter One arcade machine at the Godfather's Pizza after church on Sundays. And I would sit. It was huge. It was not like an arcade that you'd stand up at. It was this huge sitting booth. And I just remember sitting at this huge booth playing the original Mario for the very first time. My first console was an NES, getting Mario and Duck Hunt as my first game. So, I mean, that was an initiation factor too. But Zelda and Super Metroid really stuck out in my heart. Mario, a close third. And what was the other 2 options? I'm sorry?
Metroid and Kirby.
And Kirby's at the bottom. Metroid's number 2. Never got into Kirby.
Don't you mean number 4 if you were ranking from 1 to 5?
Yeah, Kirby's at the bottom. Metroid's number 2. Zelda,
Good.
Metroid, Mario, Kirby.
And Pokemon?
That was the one I was missing. Let's put Pokemon like slot 3, because I'm still a Pokemaniac. I got a Umbreon Kigurumi onesie. You can turn me into Umbreon on my channel. I like Umbreon's a part of the show, dude. I love Pokemon.
All right, Mr. Citric. Again, will
Okay.
you rank from 1 to 5? We have Mario,
Okay.
Zelda, Pokemon, Metroid, and Kirby. Give me your rankings.
All right, number 1, Legend of Zelda. Come on, it's Link. It's Link. Like you can't go wrong with Link. Like the Master Sword, the most badass sword in all of video game history. Like you're seriously gonna put that as like a 4 or some shit? No, I don't think so. But yeah, fucking yeah, Legend of Zelda. Honestly, Mario and Pokemon are tied. I would probably put Pokemon as number 2, mainly because I love Pokemon. Like growing up, that was my shit. My favorite Pokemon is, without a doubt, fucking. Actually, it's between Mewtwo and Charizard, because I like Charizard a lot. 3, Mario. I mean, Mario's a classic. Like you can't go wrong with Mario. You know. 4, what's it called? Metroid. Yeah, I know that game because of Smash, but that's about it.
Did you just say Metroid instead of Metroid?
Oh, Metroid. Sorry, my bad. But yeah, And then fifth, Kirby, because I've never really played a Kirby game in my life, but yeah.
Nice, nice. Mr. Trevor, I want to know your ranking of these 5 games: Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, Metroid, and Kirby.
So I have to give it to Mario because I grew up when I was little. I grew up on Mario. My all-time favorite Mario game, Mario 64, is my all-time favorite. I gotta go with Pokemon because nostalgia. Um, Legend of Zelda, the Metroid, then Kirby. So
Nice, nice. And Mr. Give me your thoughts, your ranking of these 5 games.
I'm gonna go with Mario number 1 because Mario's just OG.
yeah.
OG, can't beat it. I remember playing it back on the NES system, and yeah, that was definitely. I play it now. I like the remastered. Not even gonna lie, but we'll go with Pokemon number 2. Let's just Pokemon Go was a big thing, and got into that with some of my friends. Then I'll go Kirby number 3. That's gonna surprise a lot of people, but I forgot the Kirby game on the DS. But there was a Kirby game on the DS, and that it was like a little fun like story mode game that I played. It was not too bad. But then this a lot of people are gonna hate me. Zelda number 4. Never been too big of a Zelda fan personally. Um, and then Super Metroid. I haven't actually played Metroid. I might be a bit too young for that. But we're gonna rank that number 5 just because I just never played it. As I don't I might have, but probably not for an extended amount of time.
Alrighty. So, my own personal ranking, I would say, would be Pokemon and then Kirby, actually, because I did play a lot of the Kirby games more than Mario stuff. But then Mario and Zelda is kind of like a switch between them. Like, I would say Mario would be my number 3, only because I've played. It's mainly because I enjoyed Sunshine a whole hell of a lot, and then Zelda would be number 4, and then Metroid I did actually play. Um, I think they had like the classic classics or whatever on the DS, so I tried it out one day, but I do need to drink some more. But yeah, I enjoyed Metroid, but I'm gonna say that 5th because I never really played it compared to most of the other games. Alrighty, we're going to move on to the next topic. Since we talked a whole lot about franchises and video games, we're gonna get into everyone's favorite remasters.
Ooh.
Now, as you all know, a remaster is when they bring back a game with like updated graphics and detail and all that fun mumbo jumbo. Like when they brought the remastered Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which you don't want to confuse that with the rebooted Call of Duty Modern Warfare that, as Gods mentioned, had Warzone and the such. So my first question, which I'm actually gonna throw to Gods, do you think we should have more remastered games?
Oh, definitely. Um, Modern Warfare 2, they remastered the campaign, but they didn't remaster multiplayer, which kind of had me down. Um, I would love to see the multiplayer for Modern Warfare 2. I remember playing it on a PC. That was I think, my first Call of Duty game ever, and of course, ran into hackers every like other lobby. But that was the experience back then. But other than Call of Duty, let's to switch off topic. Command and Conquer is one of the big ones. They were exposed to have a remastered like I think like 10 years ago, and they're still working on it as they say. But I don't think it has that big of a community. Legit, let's just say I was playing it on Xbox like 5 to 8 years ago, maybe, give or take. There's you would run into the same guy, and they would just invite you to a party, and it's like everyone knew each other. That's how small the community was. Where it's like you have like the same 10, 15 people that's always on, maybe even like up to 100 if lucky. But would love to see a remastered for it, especially Kane's Wrath. Kane's Wrath was one of the fun ones. And then
Also one with Tim Curry.
Tim Curry, I think, was
Red,
that
Red Alert.
Red Alert? Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
that
Mr.
was the
Gods
OG.
was looking through my questions because he knew what my second question was. So I guess I'm gonna add this. So, what other games do you think would you like to see remastered, Gods? I'm gonna throw both of these questions at everybody now since you snuck through my
Okay.
list.
What other games? Hmm. Honestly, this is gonna be out of the ballpark. But I don't know if you guys remember Quake Wars, Enemy Territory Quake Wars. But back in 2005, Jesus, that was a long time.
Quake
But
3?
huh?
The Quake 3?
No, no.
Oh.
Enemy Territory Quake
Oh.
Wars. It
Okay.
was I looked at some gameplay like this evening. Oh my. I have completely forgot about like how it like the graphics are just downright horrendous compared to the standard nowadays. Jesus. It's I didn't even notice like how bad the graphics were. But like I look at it now, it's like geez. Like I didn't even know it like I didn't even recognize the game itself. It was very interesting. Another one, just throw it out there. I don't know if you guys remember Unreal Tournament. Oh,
Yeah.
it's like the little alien sci-fi game where it's like it's the same as Quake Wars. Basically, you have two teams and you have like it was like better objectives than domination team deathmatch. Like you had to like build a bridge or like excavate like an enemy's territory or take like the maps were like the size of Battlefield and straight up you had to go from one side to another and friggin' had like aircraft like vehicles. It was like a better Battlefield back then, I would say. It was the heading to Battlefield necessarily, I would say myself.
Nice, nice. Mr. Trevor, I'm gonna throw these questions at you now. What do you think? Do you think we should have more remastered games? And what games would you like to see remastered?
Absolutely. I would love to see Return to Castle Wolfenstein. That's the big one. Um Another one I like to see is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Like the whole series. Um I want to see a remaster of the Oracle seasons from Legend of Zelda on the Game Boy. On like Nintendo Switch or something. That would be pretty nice too, so those are my games I like to see remastered. Oh, and
Nice.
Def Jam.
Def Jam. Ah, alrighty. Mr. Sano, I see you playing with your camera there.
My
While you
phone
do
was about
that,
to die. I had to plug in really quickly.
do you think we should have more remastered games? And what games would you like to see remastered yourself?
Absolutely. I feel like seeing what they've done with Final Fantasy VII just like opens so many doors. It's what we always wanted, and I'm so glad that that exists. The two games I would like to see remastered, one RPG that is super close to my heart, I would just love to see redone is Legend of Dragoon. I loved that game, man, and seeing it done with today's tech in a way that like they've managed with 7 would just be awesome. I think it would be so cool. Also, Secret of Mana was an old RPG that I just fell in love with, and What else? Dino Crisis. Dino Crisis was like an old Resident Evil style game, but you're against raptors instead of zombies. And like seeing how the Resident Evil, like with the Resident Evil 2 reboot, which was amazing. 3 not so much. 2 was amazing though. Seeing Dino Crisis come back would be dope. I'd be down. I'd buy it. Take them.
Nice. And Mr. Rafix says, "A Legend of a Dragon. That's my boy. That's my boy."
Ravix?
Dragon Ravix, yes.
Yeah, what's up, man? Dragoon.
Let's see.
That'd be sick.
And I believe our own host Zion wants to mention Sonic Adventures 2. Sonic Adventures 2. I'm gonna repeat that a couple more times because she really wants that game remastered right now.
And
Sonic
I bought it for Crib
Adventures
too.
2.
I bought it for
You
Crib.
bought it for Crib too. Nice. All right, let's see. Let me check my next question. This is going to go to Citric. And remasters and reboots. Do you prefer a remaster or do you? Oh wait, Citric, did I even ask you what the fuck? You know what? Never
No.
mind. Shut my mouth. What do you think? Citric, I'm sorry. I don't know
No,
why I keep missing you here.
You're good.
Should we have more remastered games, and what games would you like to see remastered?
Yes, and I'm gonna go back to what I was talking about before about the Arkham series. Can we please get a remastered version for Arkham Origins? Because I remember, I think it was 2018, they did a remaster for Arkham Arkham City and Arkham Asylum called like Road to Arkham or something like that. But we haven't gotten a remastered version of Arkham Origins, and Arkham Origins is supposed to be like the beginning. How we see Bruce Wayne become Batman, and the bounty that he has, and how he takes down the 8 other assassins that are after his head. It'd be good to see that remastered, with better graphics and just better details, and so yeah. And I don't for the second game, I don't know if I want a remastered version of this or more of a sequel to this, but I don't know Detroit Become Human, the Telltale
Yes.
game. Yes, that game. That game, the story was really good, and I would love to see a remastered version or a sequel version of that game. That's one of most. And I remember, I think it was Melon who mentioned this last stream or stream before, but Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original one, not the one made by EA. That's really close to my heart. I love that game so much. I remember playing Heroes versus Villains.
PSP.
Oh yeah, I forgot
PlayStation.
about the PSP one. Yeah, it was called like Elite Squadron or something like that. But yeah, that was also pretty good. Yeah. Honestly, just the old Star Wars Battlefronts. Like,
Yeah.
please bring that back. That was such a classic. But yeah.
Just had myself some hydrating water so I don't keep chattering like a madman. And so I don't forget Citric, he's going to be the first one to answer my next question. And that's, would you prefer a remaster or a reboot? Your thoughts?
Remastered. Honestly, remastered, because the thing with reboots is that you don't know, like, if it's going to be good or if it's going to be better, if it's going to be bad. I mean, it could be like a whole like movie situation where, like, for certain movies they'll they'll reboot it and it ends up just being complete dog shit. Like, for example, the Fantastic Four movies. They started off good, like the original 2000s, was like they're not bad, but then when they wanted to do the reboot in 2014, it just went to shit.
We don't talk about that reboot, Citric.
We don't talk. Yeah, we don't talk about that. Yeah. No, that stays out of our mouth. But for if I'm gonna choose a reboot or remastered all the way, because it's gonna be the same story, probably gonna be the same nostalgia, better detail, better graphics. But yeah.
Mr. Gods, let me get your thoughts on remaster or reboot.
I'm being truly honest. Either one works for me. It's just do it well. In all honesty, if you do a remaster, it's like just the graphics are just updated. Maybe you have like a little bit of a change. Other than graphics, like I feel like the game itself is basically the same. And then reboot, it's again, I agree with Citric completely. It's like it could just be just not as good as the original, and might be even worse if they do a reboot rather than a remastered. So, that's I'm not necessarily opposed. It's just make a great game that I could play, basically.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Trevor, give me your thoughts. Remaster, reboot.
Honestly, I say remastered because like Tichik did nostalgia, and like it's gonna have the same gameplay but like different graphics. With the reboot, it's like you don't know if it's gonna be the same. You know, it's not gonna. If it's not gonna be the same, it's not gonna be a great game because you expecting to play like the original was for like honestly like the live actions like Dragon Ball or the Dragon Ball Evolution,
We
the
don't
God,
talk
we
live
don't
about
talk
that
action.
about
movie
that.
either.
We don't talk about that. We don't
We
talk. That was
definitely don't
so
But you
talk about
garbage.
that movie.
but you get my point. Like they rebooted it, but it turned into complete shit. I say so. That's my thought. So I
Mm,
have yeah.
Can
You're
I?
bringing
Can
these
I?
cursed movies and stuff into my
Can,
Christian chat here. Go ahead, Citric.
no, I wanted to add something. Anyone? Okay, has anyone here played Devil May Cry?
Yes.
I love Devil May Cry so much, and when they did
Fuck,
the
fuck the
2013
reboot.
reboot,
We do
no,
not talk about that reboot. It is complete
oh
trash.
God. Okay, thinking about that reboot pisses me off. All right, because I played the original 2001 Devil May Cry. I played 2002, 2000. I played Devil May Cry 2, 3, 3 being the best one in my opinion, and 4. But just that
Five.
reboot was so bad, and it's like, how do you
We don't
fuck
talk about
up?
that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you fuck up such a beloved character and just make some stupid ass bullshit? Because like as we know, Dante, the main protagonist, he's half human, half devil. In the reboot, he's half angel, half devil. Like I don't like no, that doesn't
Why?
work. Like it's just bad, and so that's like a really good example for it. Just if you're gonna do like like a reboot, please don't, please, for the love of God, don't copy Devil May Cry, please. Like I'm begging you. But yeah,
We don't talk about that.
yeah,
We don't
we're
talk
not.
about that.
No.
There's gonna be too many sins in this video talking about
Yep.
Dragon Ball Z. We don't talk about those. All right, let's throw it to Sano. I want your thoughts. Remaster, reboot. Let's roll.
Really depends on the source material and the company that's been entrusted with whatever comes next with it. Like, you have got to understand the source material. You've got to respect what has made it beloved by the fans. There's a reason why we love this. Like with Dante, you can't just change his backstory. We love him like Han shot first. You can't change that. It's part of his character. It's part of the plot line. It shapes the entire future of his narrative. And to make these arbitrary changes is just like, why? Why are you doing this? And I don't know, like Final Fantasy VII was clearly a reboot, not a remaster. And I myself, I was very skeptical and scared. Like, I'm scared there's a Cowboy Bebop television live action show coming out. I fucking love Cowboy Bebop. It's like one of my favorite animes of all time, and I'm terrified they're just going to butcher the characters, butcher the source material, and just come up with some whole new confangled thing that this whole new audience is going to love, but they don't fucking know anything because they've never seen an episode or read a manga of the original stuff, But like, then you get people who do Battle Angel. Was that James Cameron or whatever? Dude, if you watch those movies back to back, it's almost scene for scene. Like, he took some creative liberties, but it was so true to the source material, man. And like, I just think it matters that whoever does it, whether they decide to reboot it or remaster it, understands why people love it and just treats that aspect of it with respect. Like the Resident Evil 2 remaster or reboot. It was technically a reboot, right? I wouldn't call that a remaster. It's so true and it's so good. But I don't know, man. And different games kind of like feed into different pathways. You know, I don't know if I want to see a Secret of Mana reboot, but a Secret of Mana remaster, I think that even exists on Steam right now. I'm pretty sure that came out and like, yeah, that's great. Let's just jump the graphics up and clean up some of the gunk and share this with a new generation of players. There's no reason to change it. It's fine the way it is. I don't know, man. There's a lot of factors that play in. I just hope that whoever handles it with discretion and really understands the fans.
Agree.
Yeah. I was
Yes, sir.
I
I was
agree.
gonna, I was gonna continue on like sort of like the movie topic Sana was talking about, but and has anyone seen Avatar: The Last Airbender? Like the
Huh?
Hell
show
yeah.
Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you know what I'm talking about, I'm not happy talking about this whatsoever, but the 2011 live action film.
Oh God.
My
All,
thought we didn't
all
talk
I
about
could
that.
Cedric,
think
you
of,
and Trevor just really
all
like
I could
talking about
think
these
of is the
bad
rock
movies.
scene.
Okay.
The
Alright.
rock scene
Yeah.
where they straight up do like
Yeah.
so many movement just for a rock to just
Yeah.
like move an
Yeah.
inch.
It's so bad, and like the like the way they butcher the names is so garbage. It's like in the original show, like we know his name's Aang. In the movie, yeah, let's just call him Ong. Yeah, let's roll with it. Let's roll with it. Or fuck, the way they said Sokka's name was so stupid. It was like Soka or some shit like that. Like, no, no. And then as God was talking about the movement for the bending scenes was just like it's so much movement for something a little bit too little to come out. And it's like, excuse me, but I think I remember one of the scenes where
I feel like it was just rushed.
yeah, like I painfully remember the scenes where one of the scenes, like apparently the Fire Nation was to find like the scroll where they can bend fire out of will or some shit like that. It was like what the like if you know they can do that in the show like without except for like water bending and earth bending, where you actually do need the material to bend the element. But it's just it's just like as God was saying, it's rushed. It was completely rushed. It's not like how it was originally, and the fact they wanted to make a sequel to it for book 2, just no, that I can't see that happening until you want to do it again and get it correct. But
We talk about the Dragon Ball movie.
yeah, evolution.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Wait, is it?
Did they make a Bleach live action?
I don't think so.
No.
Oh,
I think they wanted to. I know they made a
Yeah, they
Death Note
did.
live action. I think they wanted to make a Bleach one though. Yeah.
fuck that! Don't be ruining my childhood.
Yeah.
Don't
Right?
Don't be doing that.
Yeah.
I think that's what it boils down to. Don't fuck up our childhood.
Yeah.
Whatever you do with these things, don't fuck it up.
Right?
Oh,
Don't fuck it up and do it
oh
well.
Lord.
Please,
That-
like
The I forgot. It's like I forgot another live action they did. It was off another anime.
Attack on Titan.
No,
No.
it's basically I forgot the name of it, but he writes in the book and it kills him.
Oh, Death Note.
Oh, Death
Yeah.
Note.
I just said Death Note. Come on, Trevor.
I didn't hear you. I mean, I thought that was pretty good. I don't know about, but Dragon Ball, no.
It's like what the fuck were they thinking? Yeah, let's make Goku a high school student, and yeah, let's make him fall in love with Chi-Chi out of high school. He's like partying and stuff. Like no,
Let's just rewrite the
No.
whole story.
and what
No.
the fuck?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it's
like,
not the
what
way you
the-
handle it.
What the fuck was Piccolo? Like what? Like when you think
Oh,
Piccolo,
Lord.
you think of the iconic green Namekian.
The Green Man.
That's a key word,
The
iconic.
Yoshi.
There are certain
Yeah.
things that are iconic in these franchises, and when you decide to fuck with the iconography of these characters and their backgrounds and the way they handle
No.
things, you're changing it so much that I can't relate anymore. I'm coming in expecting a universe I'm attached to and characters that I know and
Yeah.
love, and when you decide to rewrite them, you've lost me, dude.
Like those little details that they screwed up, and you're just pointing them out, and it's just like, bruh, come on,
Like it's such
Yeah.
a
do
turn
better.
off. Like it's so bad.
I have to Dragon Ball Bridge. What do you guys think about it?
Oh yeah, I love a bridge. A bridge is funny as fuck. Like,
Thank
I'm gonna
you.
be completely honest. Like,
Because
like, go ahead, go
it's
ahead.
it's basically a rewritten kind of story, but they kind of mix with the words how characters say it. They didn't mix up like Dragon Ball Evolution,
Yeah.
They
Oh
did
yeah,
it
there was the
properly.
live action Super Mario Bros. Rabbids.
Oh.
Anyway, I know we all are enjoying a little off topic and stuff, and I was enjoying it too because that was some good talking, honestly. And honestly, that could have been more of a topic too, was like talking about movies and shows and stuff. But I'd
Idea
say
for the
let's.
next podcast.
Yeah, same.
Haha. That would be an interesting topic to talk about in the future. Let's move on to the next topic because I honestly didn't have many questions for this one, and the fact that you guys were able to have such good conversations and stuff with it, I am super duper proud, and it makes my life easier. So moving on to the next topic, and I know Citric is gonna love me. I told him he's gonna love me because we're gonna talk about competitive gaming, esports, and when you think about competitions, esports, and all that, I know the main things that come to mind is like Super Smash and Siege, and I believe League of Legends and World of Warcraft have them. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know. But so I have two questions. The first one is going to be more towards Gods and Citric because they are the competitive gamer boys. And then my second question is going to be more towards Trevor and Sano. So my first question, which I'm going to start off with Citric, is give me a little info about competitive gaming. What is competitive gaming? How is it different from like your average casual player? Your average gaming.
So for competitive gaming, it's more of something you have to take like it's more of like a serious mindset, unlike casual gaming where you just do whatever, you mess around with your friends. Um, with competitive gaming, it's not something you mess around a lot in. It's more of like something you take serious, especially for me, because I play a lot of Tier 3 Siege for competitive. Um, it's it's just for me, I enjoy it because I'm inspired by Pro League and different pro players and Pro League teams. So for me, like it's also like a big inspiration because it's something I very much want to do. I want to be a pro one day. I want to make a name for myself. Like big players like Canadian, Bolo, those kind of players. Um, but with casual players, like I mean, for them, they just um mess around. This team kill be toxic, especially because I know the casual community is really toxic. But it just depends. Like to me, it just depends. But if I'm gonna choose between uh like casual and competitive, I enjoy competitive, and I do enjoy casual, especially with like playing with fellow musketards like Zion and CJ and Trevor, like because we just have fun. We enjoy it a lot, but if you're gonna compare it to like fucking competitive, it's just like a whole different scene. But yeah.
All right. I could
Gods, your
definitely,
turn.
I could definitely add on to that. So one thing I want to sort of put out there is you could compare it to a sport kind of. Like if you go to like your local export and casually play basketball compared to uh like LeBron James playing
LeBron
basketball,
James.
like it's a big difference. Like for competitive gaming, you're not only given like you have to put in the time for it.
Yeah.
There's nothing handed to you. You have to possibly train an hour a day just
Mm.
on an aim trainer, just individual skill based stuff. Then you have your team based stuff where it's like how rotations work, where X, Y, Z is, where everyone needs to be. If this goes down, it's like where's the B plan, where's the C plan? Oh,
Yes,
maybe X, Y, and Z
exactly.
plan even. Like you guys need like a little bit of something. Sometimes you will improvise. That's the main thing that you need to be ready. That's why you do your individual skill bits. You need to be ready to sort of overcome certain like obstacles in the competitive gaming aspect. Because let's say you go up against a team and they have an for because Citric plays Siege. Let's say they find a new angle that no one has ever knew about, or if someone sort of has like a different like play style created for the gaming aspect. It's like something that you need to be ready for, and that sort of helps
Yeah.
in the competitive gaming world to sort of be able to adapt and change to that and notice mid game like certain play styles and all of that. And on top of that, like you're just putting hours on top of hours to become the best. Like not even become the best, but like try and compete like at a higher level. Because the only difference between top players and your competitive gamers is just like communication, uh, team chemistry, and a couple more topics that I necessarily don't have the words to explain, but basically there's just more to it. You just to get to that point, you have to get used to playing with a team and all that. But I could go on and ramble
Yes.
uh more, but I'm gonna just cut myself off right there.
Yes. I was gonna continue off of what he was saying about, the effort and time. Yeah. Like, especially with Siege, because before a match, usually two different teams does scrims, and scrims also can play like a big factor to like prep, for the main match against that certain team or a different certain team. And when he was mentioning the angles, like it's happened to me too, whenever like I'm in a scrim and I see some like ridiculous like bullshit ass angle, and I get picked off from it, it's like what? I've never seen that before, And then when if they use it again on like the actual match, like I can actually prep for that. I'm like, okay, he's probably gonna do it. I'm gonna stay at this angle to counter what he's doing. It's kind of like that. This cancels that. This cancels that. Um, but yeah, also God was mentioning the whole like plan B, plan C. Like it sucks. Like especially for example, if you're in a siege match and for example your hard breacher gets picked off first, and it sucks because like okay, how are you gonna get this open? What execute are you gonna do now? So just like it mainly falls into like the leader role. But, yeah.
Very nice, very nice. I'm gonna move on to the second question here, which of course I said is gonna be more towards Trevor and Sano. I'm gonna start with Trevor though. What would be your guys' thoughts on competitive gaming? Like from that, because you two are like casual gamers. I don't really see you two, in the competitive scene. I definitely never really see Trevor, and he's definitely a more casual player. But what are your guys' thoughts on the competitive gaming, kind of looking in through that window?
I'll let Sano go first.
Sano, you can go first then.
Actually love competitive gaming. I just don't stream it because I'm a salty bastard when I'm in that state. It's not fun. like Citric was saying, when you're and even Gods, like you're trying to compete with LeBron James. There's so much more pressure. You're focused on these minute differences between so many different factors. Like I only really get into it with League personally. I got not really anymore because I just had to step back and like, this is not good for my soul. Okay, I'm degrading as a human being trying to do this. But for a while there, I was going really fucking hard, and really putting hours in and training strategies and finding partners and building teams and drilling, drilling strategies, drilling team cohesions and plays. You're setting up plays. You got a fucking playbook and you can call out plays on the field like, this is the situation. Let's run X, Y, or Z, because this is what we're up against. And you just start to your level of gameplay swells to such an unfathomable level, but it's not necessarily fun anymore. You're there to perform, you're there to compete, you're there to win. I love that. I'm extremely competitive. I personally, I don't really see any solo competitive games other than like Smash Brothers or speed running. Like an individual can sit down and say, I'm going to speed run this game. I'm going to do glitchless. I'm going to do it on X difficulty level, whatever. And you can just sit down and grind that alone and try to be the best at that. Or in a combat kind of sport, which is just the way I gravitate, you got Smash Brothers, maybe Tekken tournament or Street Fighter tournament, something like that. Or like a Madden playoff. That's just not my jam, but there's Madden tournaments and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. Like if I could, like Fight Night and EA MMA, I played hard. I just need a new Fight Night game and I will be in the competitive scene again, dude, because I was like first in the world in 1 and 2. I was top 3 in the world in 3, and I made top 10 in champion, but I don't want to talk about champion. This is such a love-hate relationship. Anyways, I love it. On a personal basis, I think speedrunning is a very interesting place in the world right now. We're in an interesting time where it's starting to take off. There's websites that have global ranking systems. There's a professional grading process that will look through your video and accredit you. Like moderators are there. You can't have like the Donkey Kong scandal anymore. If you know about the Donkey Kong guy who just like faked all his results back in the day. Like, you can't get away with that anymore, man.
Everyone's looking.
I don't know if you guys. Sorry to cut you off, Trevor, but for the Fortnite, I don't know if you guys remember Scissors and his speed run for his like custom Fortnite map. That was like huge. Just wanted to throw that out there.
The reason, CJ, you haven't seen me in the competitive is because I never be competitive. I'm actually, like you said, very casual. But there are some games I do become competitive, like World of Warcraft. Like in the PvP state, it's kind of, there's a lot of strategy you have to go through to think like different plans because you don't know what your other team gonna be doing. But like so it's like, and like League, I used to play League back in the day, League of Legends. But yeah, those are because I am competitive on certain games, but
I know
I
you
just
like
like
your
it take it
Destiny.
easy. And yeah, and Destiny. I'm a fucking sweat lord in Destiny. I am the fucking sweat lord in Gambit.
Oh my
Let me
god.
tell you something about Trevor, okay? I never really hear him swear and like rage and stuff, but when it comes to Destiny, whenever I play with him, I always hear the swearing and the raging, and I just love it. Like, it's
Especially
like
in
the only
Gambit.
times I
I
ever
forgot
really hear him
the
swear.
competitive side of it. What's the name? What's the freaking? It's like something
Crucible.
Crucible. Oh, is
See,
it Crucible?
yeah, I couldn't get into Crucible, but I'm a fucking sweat lord in Gambit because I like taking the teleporter and jumping to the other enemy's side and just picking them off. But when I get killed, I curse a lot. So
I played a ton of Crucible. Freaking.
I mean, I think we can all agree that the competitive side of like gaming is also very much fun. And it like is I especially like it happens to me whenever I'm in a match, playing against another team. Excuse me. But it just builds that like adrenaline, and it just gets the heart pumping. You get all hype, when like a play happens. Like for example, you clutch a 1v5 or
Yeah.
get an amazing kill, like a great one tap, or just anything like cool, like that just gets your heart racing. That excitement builds, and yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
it was
sir.
Trials. Frost King took it out of my
yeah,
Trials. That's what I was
Fuckers
yeah,
talking
shit.
fight
about.
for it, man.
I played Trials. Of course, the first match I played
Motorcycle
was
game?
against #1 player in fucking all of Destiny. Ah,
Alrighty. Let's move on to the next question, which is, do you think competitiveness and seriousness takes away the fun of the game, or do you feel like it's kind of what brings people in, or at least draws some people? And I'm gonna start with you, Sano.
Said it takes away the fun of the game unless you win. If you're winning, it's the funnest ever, especially if you're really good. Like I said, man, in the Fight Night online, that was the only community I've triumphed in and fought competitively every single day, and was at the top. And it was so fun to shit on everybody. I'll tell you, it's a great feeling when you're at a level of skill where it doesn't matter who you fight, you will beat them. Like just coming out the gate, you are in a mode that they cannot compete with. And it gets really interesting when we live in an age of sponsorships and team houses and grand stages with multi-million-dollar prize pots, like it's at a new level, dude. So the competitive aspect of building these teams and cohesions and plays is just unprecedented and exciting. Honestly, to me, it's really exciting. But it really takes some fun away when it, I don't know, like with Fight Night, the only way to be on top was to be unstoppable. Pretty much as soon as you got a loss on your record, you were out the door. Like if you got 80 win streak, you're at the top of the board. If you get an 80-1 win streak, you're not top 100. These days, it's like if you can maintain a 51% win ratio, so the atmosphere is a little bit different. Especially like in League, that's the only really competitive atmosphere I can get behind. I never got into Valorant or CSGO or anything like that, but like it is a little bit different in those kinds of atmospheres where you're building a team and building strategies and stuff, because you're just not going to get 100% win rate. There's too many factors. There's too many unknowns. You will never have a 100% kill rate. You will never go deathless through an entire series. Like somebody will probably do it someday, and I'll eat these words, but just I don't know. For me, it loses a lot of fun. If I can just do some ARAM with some friends, or even like right now, call Chivalry too. I love Chivalry, but it makes me extremely competitive. I want to go out there and kill 30 people and walk away. That's my goal. I want to go out here and fuck everybody on the field and walk away, and they will fear me for the rest of the match. And if I go 21-0 and then get killed, I'm pissed. I'm pissed. Like I don't know, man. I lose fun, but when I queue up with 4 or 6 of my buddies and we're all just on Masons having a good time, swarming people and just goofing off, it doesn't matter if I get ballisted in the face anymore. So it really depends. Sometimes it will absolutely suck the fun out of it, though. 100%. Be careful. If you're going competitive, just self-manage and know it could really suck the joy.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes, yes.
I was gonna say I can relate to that a lot because, like when I started off on Siege, like I'll be honest, I was a shitter. I sucked. Like I was very, very bad at the game. Very bad crosshair placement, very bad you know, uh, fucking flicking one place to the other. I was really bad at that. and I'd always like change my sense, and it sucked because I couldn't build that consistency and muscle memory with my sense. But I started, okay, sticking with one sense. All right, learning what to do, that, and like, cause for me, going from being made fun of, being the shitter of my friend group and stuff, to now playing competitive and having it be a big part of my life, just means a lot. And so, like, because the title I want to go first, best entry fragment in the world, or just being able to get hundreds of frags. Hell, I want to be better than the best player currently in the entire Siege community, Shaiko. You know who he is. The French All Star for Team BDS. But yeah, I mean, one day I want to gun for a spot, and I want to be the best in the world. Win invitational, hopefully. Which is like the grand tournament of Siege communities. But yeah.
Very nice. Cedric, I'm actually going to pass this question next to you because I want to hear more from you. What do you think about like the competitiveness and seriousness? Do you think it takes away the fun of the game, or do you feel it kind of brings people in?
Okay, it depends because on the excuse me, it depends on like where the match is headed. Cause like for example, like if you're up like I don't know 4-0, 5-0, we just fuck around. Like we'll just do God knows what. But if it's like we're losing like tremendously bad, we'll take it like extremely serious, and start losing our shit. And yeah, it does kind of bring down the fun a little bit. But I mean, at the end of the day, like it's a game, so it depends on like how the game is going. That's how it is for me and my team. But yeah.
Nice, nice. Mr. Trevor, your thoughts?
I mean, honestly, it depends on what game you play. Like if Citric, he plays competitive on Rainbow Six Siege, and I play, and I mean it brings a lot of people together, but also can like make people go away from the competitive spot because how aggressive they play, you know. Especially like if I play Destiny 2 and I play Gambit, I'm very aggressive. Like I am like competitive to the T on Gambit. But I think it brings it. Like I said, it depends on what game. Because honestly, as a whole, I think it brings to the people together.
Very nice, very nice. And Mr. Gods, your thoughts? Your thoughts?
So add on a little bit of sprinkles on what everyone has said. So, the main thing when playing competitive, there's a time and place for being serious and having fun. When you're in a scrim match, like you're more than likely gonna take it serious because you're probably preparing for like a huge tournament or like a huge series or something in that category, and you're just trying to like test different methods. Maybe you're testing like a certain play style that you guys want to test out or something like that. But then maybe you're playing like just ranked or something where it's like you guys are just it's ranked, so more than likely no one's gonna have fun. But if you
Yeah.
have the positive positive reinforcement on yourself and your team, more than likely you guys like just mess around. It's like, hey, I'm gonna go this character. It's like, haha. It's like, no. Then maybe you steal like one of your top frag, his main, and it's like, haha, like funny little moment or something like that. Like there's a time and place to be like a little bit funny, have some fun, and then time and place when it's like you have to put your foot down and sort of need to step away from that little fun because when you're in the competitive scene, of course it's all fun and games, but at some point you have to just put your foot down and just take it serious, because no one likes losing at the end of the day. Everyone wants to win, and as Zano said, winning is the best feeling. And if you have 100% win rate, God, Lord, bless your soul, because you have. As soon as you get one loss, that is the end of you. Because losing a game is never fun, especially if you're getting like in Siege. Like just you get a donut and you just
Oh
get
yeah.
wiped.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
worst feeling. It's like when, but then also it's like we faced a team that's like 10 times better than us, and it's like you're like, holy shit, you could peek from there, dude. Freaking use it on a different team or something like that, and it's like just your team's like, dude, what the fuck, you could do that. And then it's like some people are just super creative, where it's like in Valorant specifically, like brimstone lineups, like specific lineups where it's like aim at this cloud at this angle. It's like, huh?
Yeah.
Like some of the things is just like mind blowing what people go through in the competitive scene, because like I said, there are individual things you need to work on. On top of that, you have your team skills that you need to work on. At the end of the day, time and effort is put in. That time and effort, you honestly like just if you need to play some music on the side while you're just doing like a run through or something, play some music, have fun while doing it. It never should be about necessarily like not having fun. It's like it's a time and place, but if you could make use of that time and have fun while doing it, it works.
Yeah. I was gonna like add to that, like when it comes to like creative like play styles and just like creative ways to kill people without like for example if you lack an aim, and like honestly, like when it comes to that and like one player comes to mind, it's Coconut Bra. Like yeah, he's not like a serious fighter like Bola or anything, but he's super creative when it comes to getting kills and just exploiting that. If you've been playing Siege for a while now, you probably know purple tarps, on coastline, where it was like a glitch you could do and get on top of the tarps and peek in the hook at a billiards. It was great. um so just like seeing like creative people within like the Siege community with different play styles just somewhat makes it more interesting. Like just it just depends on like your play style and how you want to play. That's what makes it, you know sort of builds the hype. you know like like when for example Coconut Bra and a couple of his friends like Dance and Mojo, like he does like a lot of like amazing angles. And it's funny because almost everyone in competitive play watches Coconut Bra and will do like some you know stupid angle that he does, and we'll do an actual match. It's like, what the fuck is this? Like, how did that happen to me? Why me out of all people? And then like it's just it's funny because everyone is inspired by Coconut Bra and how he plays the game. So yeah.
Oh, one thing I want to just quickly throw in is I don't know if you guys saw the TikTok with the Valorant clip where there's a brimstone that just throws his little I forgot his stem thing, and then the other guy just turns around because he thought it was a flash, and the outplay there. It's like who in the world would think to do something like that? It was just an interesting play. I'll go ahead and pull it up, but in a second, try and find it. But let's continue with the talk.
While Gods tries to find that amazing clip, I'm gonna look at the chat here for a moment, and I'm gonna welcome Mr. Bandwidth. I'm gonna welcome Mr. Dansum Woja. And I'm gonna welcome
Can I get a
John
gimme in
Williams,
chat?
Saturn, Trevor.
Yeah.
Yay! Also, thank you for the follow, Saturn Gods, John. I'm sorry if I missed anybody else, but thank you if anyone else followed. Welcome everybody to the podcast, feel free to join us in the chat there. I do try my best to, between everybody to mention you guys. I apologize if I miss anything. But I'm going to give Mr. Gods a moment to try to find that, and I'm going to throw this question to Trevor,
Mhm.
possibly. I don't remember where I left off with everybody, but actually, no, I'm going to throw it to
Cade
Sano. I
is
think I got Trevor.
freaking going to
No,
if
Trevor.
okay, if don't mind Cade if you see a random letters from Musketards TV because my cat is trying to lay on my keyboard.
Actually, no, I haven't gotten to Trevor yet. Trevor, I'm going to go to you. What do you think about competitiveness and seriousness in the world of gaming? Do you think it takes away that fun?
I mean, like everyone said, there's certain times to be serious and there's certain times to have fun. Like if you're like God said, you're in the scrim, you have to take it seriously sometimes. But like if you're doing casual, you just joke around and start like messing with each other. Like me, you, and Z all the time, just mess around with the other teammates, just saying random shit, like that kind of shit. Like there's certain time to be serious, but certain time to be having fun. So that's where I stand. I don't think it takes the fun out of it, but so
Nice, nice. And then I'm going to throw it to Sano with the same question, of course.
Taking the fun of it. I went first.
Oh, did you go for it? Okay.
I did go first.
I guess I got everybody then.
You did.
Gods, are you still working on that clip?
I am. I am indeed. It's deep in my likes.
Is deep in the legs,
As a,
deep in.
a closing comment that I might have though is that even if it sucks, even if you're losing, even if you're in a process of just learning new tips, learning new tricks, watching new players, building team cohesion, you have to love the process. You have to love the road. It can, even if you're not really having fun in the moment, it can still be a fun road to travel to see, like Citric was saying, I want to be the best at this. I'm shooting for the top spot. And if you can see that goal, even the bad moments, even the donut games where you come out just absolutely dunked on, you can take those frustrating moments and just integrate them into your own gameplay and reach new heights. And that's fun. If you can make that process fun, it doesn't matter.
I used to suck at Rainbow Six Siege, and the road to being pretty decent at it is like I got a lot of training from Z. I just like learned on my own. So that road that I took makes me a better player. You know what I mean? Like you said. So shout out for Z for training me. But
Nice,
I
nice.
love you, Trevor.
I love you, Z.
We love ya.
I'm gonna say like Z also taught me some like really good tips, and how to adapt to like people's play styles. Like in a throwback to like content Z used to do where the 1v1 scrims, which is something I really love doing because it was fun. The 1v1 scrims were really fun to do, and I think it was the second time or third time I played against Victor, who was a friend of ours. Um, he was like giving me tips saying, okay, do this because he likes to do that, or do that to do that. Having like sort of a coach by your side, like a really good coach by your side, or a really good, analyst by your side, can really play a factor on how you perform, in competitive play, and just having someone who actually like knows what they're doing and takes the time to analyze how they're doing that or how they're doing that, and incorporates it into like team coordination, and it really plays a big factor when it comes to this the game. So, and also shout out to you, Z. Thank you for helping me get better and better this day.
Love you, Citric.
Love you too.
All great athletes have coaches. Michael
Yeah.
Jordan had a coach, dude. You know, like, and it's cool that we live in a time where that's available to gamers who are competitive and treating it like a sport. I love that.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's move on to the next question while we wait for Mr. Gods.
I cannot find a cliff. I give up.
He gives up. Alrighty. Let's move on to this next question here. What's your guys' thoughts on people that take the game too seriously or too far to the point where, there's some type of violent interaction or rage or something of the like of that? And I'm gonna start off with you, Citric.
Okay. Yeah. I'm and see I rage, but like not to the extent where like, oh, I'm gonna break this, I'm gonna, curse at my teammate. Like I I'll get fed up with some crap, that just doesn't make sense. Like I'll just like say, oh my fucking god, or like what the fuck was that shit. But people take it like way too seriously. Like, dude, like come on. Like it's a match. Like you're not supposed to act like a fucking baby, or just constantly throwing temper tantrums, and especially like in ranked, where you see people who are like backseat gaming, and fucking like people are just in there like, what the fuck are you doing? No, it's not like that. Like it's constantly yelling at your ears, just like dude, the game's for fun. You're supposed to have fun with what you're doing. You're not supposed to be a dick in your ear. Just no. Like if you're too serious, I recommend just take a step back. If I'm gonna be blunt, I'll just tell you to fuck off. And just like mute everyone. Just like be me. Play the way I want to play. But yeah.
I wanted to say also in casual too, you see a lot of people raging and getting so
Yeah.
serious. And like Rainbow Six Siege casual, people rage and get upset because they lost a round, and
Yeah.
they like curse at you, and you're like, dude, it's just casual.
Yeah.
It's not like ranked, you know.
Yeah, I mean, because like with rank, you gain elo and MMR and to rank up to
Right.
the next rank. And like with casual, like usually if I'm just gonna vibe on casual, with some friends or Z or anyone, the amount of times I run into like people saying racial slurs is just like mind-boggling. Like you're really gonna
Especially in
take the
Call of Duty.
yeah, like you're really gonna take the
Especially
time
Call
out of
of
your
Duty.
day to like call me the N word or to just say some racist bullshit. Like, dude, come on. Like,
I honestly, I love when people rage. It brings me joy, especially on my team, because I just team
Hell
kill
yeah.
oh
them.
yeah, yeah,
It's like being a part of Musketards. We're supposed to be toxic, so that's the only way to be toxic. Like, is to like
yeah.
mess with them.
Like,
So
'cause-
that's my like. If you're being like up salty for losing the match, and you have me on the team, that's not a good combo.
it's just like I remember in one of Z's videos, like I know it's for Siege. I think I remember you and Tyler or Tyler TK'd me. I got annoyed, and then I TK'd him. Or no, he threw a C4, kills
Remember that?
Z. Yeah, he kills Z, and I get all happy. I start teabagging his body and start shooting his corpse. And then
Then I
yeah,
team
you
killed
TK'd
you.
me.
Then I
Yeah,
hit in the bodies.
I was like, dude. But yeah,
That kind of toxicity is like not like the mean way, but we're
yeah, it's
like
just
all
like friendly
friends.
banter.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like this fun little banter. So
yeah. But like
Alrighty. I'm glad you guys are enjoying your siege talks. I'm kidding, of course. I love you both. And I'm glad that you guys are talking and interacting like this. I want to hear from Mr. Gods and Sano, though. They've been awfully quiet over there. I see their beautiful faces. Let's start with Mr. Gods. What are your thoughts?
Um, well, again, time and place. There's a time and place for it. Um, if you're in the middle of a competitive game and you get BS, trust me, BS is always gonna be there. You might be like one tap through like something that didn't even make sense. You could even get shot through, or even like something called desync for Escape from Tarkov. Desync, where it's like you peek a corner, unpeek it, and you die. It's BS like that. That sometimes you rage, but turn your mic off when you do. Don't annoy people that you're playing with your raging, or like some basically just have some like thought for others, kind of, because no one ever wants to hear you complain or
Yeah.
any of that. Like especially if they're in the middle of a siege game, competitive siege game,
Yeah.
and you just hear some racial slurs and like you just yelling in the background, they can't focus and stuff like that, and it's like you're just a nuisance to them.
Yeah, cause
Again, time and place for it. Everyone has their moments. Everyone has their moments. It happens. It's natural. It's human construct.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now I'm going to throw it to Mr. Sano. Your thoughts on this question? Your thoughts on people that take gaming too seriously or too far to that point where there's, rage or violence or something like that?
I'm gonna be a little bit off from the rest of the guys here. I think if Ravix is still here, he's gonna laugh at this. I can be the guy who flips the fuck out. Okay, when I lost my top spot in fight night round 2 to a cheater, I went from this is a true story. I was at 80-0, number 1. I went 80-1, and now I'm not top 100. And I fucking flipped, dude. I flipped. I smashed my controller. I smashed the game. I started running circles around the house. I was just a kid, but if Ravix is here, he was there, and he still makes fun of me to this day. It was like 20 years ago. And I don't know, man. Like, you shouldn't. Toxic to me means a certain thing. I think it means the same thing to all of us when you're dropping N words, where you're just becoming a nightmare and a downer and just an enemy to your allies and just a venomous human being. I don't think there's ever any place for that. At the same time, I think there's a time for tough love, we have a sensitive culture, quite honestly, and it can feel toxic at times. But like coming from I remember my football days where you grab a motherfucker by the helmet, shake and be like, "Look, dude, wake the fuck up! You got to make that block. Okay, new play, let's go." You smack him on the ass and you line back up. But like, you got to get in his face a little bit. Like, "Look, dude, you need to fucking perform right now. It's game time. It's on. We're here to win, and that's your fault. Wake up, make the play. Let's go. You and me right now. New play. Let's go." So there's like a balance, man. And if you're trying to be the top, it's okay to get pissed. In my opinion, it's okay to get pissed when shit doesn't play out. When you're really focused, when your soul is like 100% in peak performance, and you get that little, I peaked and I unpeaked and I'm dead somehow from some bullshit, that's going to piss anybody off. Like, especially what God says 100%, we all have human nature. We're all going to get frustrated. We're all going to get angry. And that's okay. That's just a part of it. I'm not going to go too religious here, but there's one little proverb that it's in the Bible that just says, "Don't sin in your anger." Very simple. It's okay to be angry. Don't sin in your anger. Don't start cussing people out for the color of their skin. Don't start shitting on your teammates for missing the play. Wake them up, say, "Look, it's on you." But there's no reason to just be like, "You should never been born." Sue
Yeah.
yourself. It gets crazy out there. We live
Yeah,
in a
like-
culture that gets fucking crazy out there, and that's always over crossing the line. Always.
Right.
There's never a place for that.
Very
Could I
nice,
add
very-
on one thing?
Please do.
One
Please do.
thing.
Of course.
Talking about smashing the controller. Uh,
So many headsets.
go
So many
back. Oh
controllers,
my
dude.
god. All I'm gonna say is I did that once, never again. As soon as freaking $60 is $60 that you ain't getting
Right.
back. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's right.
Freaking, you learn that the hard way. Once you do it once, twice, three times max. Honestly, if you get past 3 times, ooh,
You might need
Good luck
therapy.
on your budget.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to cut groceries out or something. Freaking at that point, if you're doing it like let's say even like not even freaking once a year, that puts like a heavy toll on a budget if you're not making like serious bank.
Yeah.
Smashing controllers. I actually have a story. So back when I had my PS2, which I still do, it's in the basement somewhere. I have a controller, and it is so fucking smashed up for me. Like, one of the handles is gone. It's barely like there's like barely anything to it, and it actually still works surprisingly. I have to take a picture of it. I have to go find it, but like the PS2 and everything still works. This controller still fucking works, and it's one handle's taped up, one handle's gone. You can basically see most of the insides of it because it's
Oh
so
god.
fucking smashed up. Like I would literally crush this thing against
I don't think
anything.
I ever got to that point. The
No,
most
I
is a
was
broken
like,
like thumbstick.
No,
it
Oh,
wasn't even a thumbstick. It was
can
just
I
a
say
handle.
what game you're playing?
C trigger 64 controller broken every time.
Like
DJ, can I ask what game you're playing?
I honestly, I think it was like it was probably any game. I can't even think of most of the games that I had, but
Frogger.
like oh god, totally. But like there were games where it was like you try to pass some levels, or it's like really challenge or hard, and it's like you get angry and you get raged. I did
Bro.
like I fucked up that. I am gonna find a picture. I'm gonna send this picture to all of you, but it's like I'm gonna take a picture and send this, but it is the most fucked up PS2 controller you'll ever see. And I guarantee this is the most fucked up PS2 controller you guys will ever see. And it still works. I don't even know how it still
All
works,
I'm
but
gonna
it still
say right
fucking
now,
works.
all I'm gonna say is this is not worth breaking.
Yeah.
This is $200. I am not. I'm a lay down like I'm a lay it down nice and slow, and just leave it right there in
Okay,
its casing.
Sebastian, I'm gonna ask,
Lord.
why is it 200?
It's an elite controller.
Oh,
This is why.
Oh,
okay, I see.
Yep.
yeah.
And it has
Better than other controllers.
The
interchangeable
flex, Mr. Oshia with the flex.
interchangeable
Oshia.
D-pad. It's lit.
I always got the
Okay.
third party cheap ones.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay. I also kind of
I was
sort of,
little and I haven't broken anything since, but go ahead, Citric.
as I say, I don't have a broken controller, but I do have a broken mouse store, and it sucks because this was during a scrim. All right. I was scrimming, okay, a team called Team Humble. All right. I died to some complete bullshit angle, and I remember because this dude was actually like he had soft walls. He was a soft wall, and it was like, dude, how do you get away with that? So, oh my god, I got pissed because he randomly just like was chasing me to the wall and just pre-fires me. And so I get so mad, so I flip my shit. I start swinging my mouse like it's a fucking like nunchuck, and I just like slammed it against my wall, and like a Lego set, it smashed to pieces. Like just like my scroll wheels one side, mouse one side. Like I got so pissed. Good thing I had a backup. If you're a PC player, always have a backup mouse. All right.
Yep.
Always have a
Because-
backup anything.
Oh my
Controller,
God.
like everything.
Yep.
So yeah, that's one mistake I'm never again. And this thing right here, my Zowie, I'm not breaking that. That's my baby.
Yep.
I have a razor.
Razor's good.
Wait till Citric goes like
Corsair.
very positive. He goes like
Oh, yeah,
100
Corsair's
zero time.
really
He gets
good.
that one loss, and he's just like, bye bye mouse.
Oh
Yay!
no. I mean, if it's LAN, no. But and especially if it's like a scrim or anything, no, I can't do that because it's just like unprofessional. But like if I got really pissed off or something, I'll just be like, fuck. Oh well. I mean, better luck next time. I mean, because I don't want to break anything because like let's say for example, I do join TSM just for example. I'm gonna have a bunch of sponsored, fucking peripherals like especially by Logitech and stuff like that. And I can't break that or else.
Logitech, I'm gonna need another mouse.
Yeah, yeah. Like, hey, yo, hey, watch, I can think I can get a super light, maybe a new G Pro X keyboard, but it's just no.
Hopefully you don't need a new keyboard. Friggin' what's that one clip with the guy just completely smashing it from
Oh
a
yeah,
CS:GO game?
I know you're talking about. Yeah,
Damn.
I know you're talking. He punched his he punched his desk, and then his monitors fell, and then he broke his keyboard.
I remember.
Let me see if I
Yeah,
can find.
yeah.
I don't know, gods. You took a while to find that other thing.
Don't worry about that one.
No,
Don't worry
that
about
one,
that
that
one.
one's
This
on the
one's
internet.
this
Don't
one.
worry.
It's a meme. I'm good at
I
memes.
I
You gave up on
remember
that one.
I remember how kids rage was the two guys was playing like some game and this one kid laughed and this kid grabs his keyboard and smacks him across the face.
And I
I'm
have the
like,
name. I found the name.
All right,
Tens
so before we
1983.
go a little further, I just have a question for you four very quick. Can I get a big fat boobies?
Boobies!
Boobies!
All
I can
for
give
you,
you a
demonic.
You all are
gibby.
party givers. Shut the fudge up.
Well,
I want you all to give me some boobies.
My
Boobs.
shirt off.
Sano, Citric, are you guys gonna say boobies? Gods?
Boobies.
Citric, Sano,
boobies.
Gods? Come on, come on,
I
come on,
said
come
it
on, come on.
twice.
Come on!
I
That's
said
your
it
game.
twice.
Sano!
Boobies. There you
Gods!
go.
Girl chest.
Girls. I'll accept it.
Tits.
Alright, so Gods, back to you. Back to your video.
It's Tens 1983. That's. I just wanted to search the guy's name. That's the guy. Here, I'll throw it in chat
Are we
if
doxing
anyone's.
right now?
No, we're not. Well, God says that. I am going to move on to the fourth topic, which is actually a very near and dear personal topic to Zion because this is honestly like one of her biggest things, and that's small content creating. And as you know, or if you missed it, I think I mentioned it earlier, but probably not. But Zion plans on uploading a video, if she hasn't already, for the fourth, which involves God and Sano, and it essentially revolves around, small content creators. I believe Woja's still in the chat. It does involve Woja and a couple of his friends. And his questions kind of go a little more towards Sano and Gods, but I will try to get Citric and Trevor involved too because I don't want them to miss out. But my first question, I'm going to ask Sano first. What does content creating mean to you?
Content creation to me means, I don't know, man. The point of it all, I think the point is what it means to me. The point of it all is just to make people laugh and escape reality for a little while. Because that's what video games used to do for me when I was a kid. I could just turn on a video game and escape, to a whole different world and be a whole different self. I've never been able to. I don't know, man. That fantasy, that immersion in fantasy, has been lost as I've grown older. I can never fully commit to the illusion anymore. But I want to provide that because it was huge to me as a kid during some tough times. Just having SOCOM and the boys on there, and having Final Fantasy 11 and my friends on there, and having EverQuest and people to interact with in this cyberspace. It was wild times, man. It was like the Wild West, and it was so immersive. I lost myself in it for a while, and I want to produce that to a healthy extent. I want to produce that effect in the people that come to my channel and watch my content. Like CJ said at the beginning, I'm kind of the guy who tries to role play all the characters from the games. You usually find me in costume, and I really like setting up interesting scenes that are a little immersive to what we're doing. Like we did a little cloud punk, and I have floating cars, so it looks like I'm driving a space taxi, and I don't know. I just creating content to me is just creating an escape for people to just come and step back from the bullshit of their life, whatever they might be going through, and just hang out with some friends and escape into a fantasy for just a minute. A good book will do that to you. A good movie will do that to you. A good video game will do that to you. And I want to produce that in the streaming world for anybody that comes by the show. That's what content creation means to me.
That was beautiful. Very beautiful. I'm gonna move it to Mr. Gods now with the same question. What does content creation mean to you?
For me, content creation is, as Sano said, um, just putting a smile on someone's face, making sure like someone else is not only enjoying like you're enjoying what you're doing, but someone else enjoying watching you enjoy what you do, and sort of pushing like positive reinforcement like across like the world of like that's just like negative. Like life is just tough in general, and sort of having that escape from reality, watching someone like one of your favorite streamers, whether it be Nick Merckx, Landmark, a bunch of other streamers that you just enjoy in general, sort of just sort of get a sense of not only comfort, but sort of like someone to talk to, someone to like enjoy, hang out, and just have a good time. Um, while you have like maybe in your free time, um, while you're just like on break or something, or just sort of just trying to get out of your head and just see what others are doing. Like if even like have being on like a podcast like we're doing right now and sort of giving enjoyment to other people, sort of think like give our own thoughts on things. It's just it's always like the interaction itself is where it all lies. Some people just don't get the ability for the same interaction. So sort of that interaction is what I do content creation for. Sort of give the ability to give love to others, give a smile on their face. You know, that's what I do it for.
Very beautiful. Citric and Trevor, my question to you two is, I know Citric does do streaming and stuff, but would you, would you get into content creation? Like, what would be kind of your guys' I guess goal? Like, if you wanted to if you wanted to begin content creating. I'm gonna start with you, Citric.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't do content creation that much, but mainly because I sometimes don't have the time or like I lack in the clips to make a good video on my YouTube channel. But I mean, if when I really do want to start streaming on Twitch, once I get my setup, because it's like some of my biggest inspirations are like small streamers, like for example Zion, and and like Woja and a bunch of other people, and especially like even people that like I meet like recently, like for example when I sat in that Discord call with Zion and the other people watching Sono stream, like it was like a blast, and trying to you know be like someone that inspires you, just basically can sort of somewhat light a spark, like, oh, I want to be like this person, I want to be entertaining, I want to be this, I want to be that, can also really help. But I mean, do I want to start streaming? Yes. Do I want to start getting content for sure, without a doubt. I'll sometimes like post clips on my Instagram or my TikTok, but I mean that's like the only thing I can really do now until I get the correct setup and start streaming on Twitch. And until then, yeah.
Alrighty. Now, Mr. Trevor, my question to you is: would you ever consider streaming, or maybe getting into YouTube or anything like that?
I would get into streaming, for the sole purpose of, cracking jokes, making people enjoy what I do. I have so much respect for the small creators because I think they're more better than the big streamers that you see today because they have so much potential, and I think they should, you know, people should watch their stuff because they will absolutely love like Lion or Gods or Thanos, But I would love to get into streaming so I can make people laugh and enjoy what I do. That's my thing.
I sort of add on to that. Like the thing with like going to like a big streamer, chat and saying like, oh hey, how are you? And it's like, you know, they don't like respond or anything because they have a big chat, and like it could be like like it kind of not hurt, but like okay, like somewhat be like somewhat unenjoyable. But like when you go to like a small streamer like Zion or Sano, they notice you, and chat and like and they greet you and they wonder how you are and how you're doing. Just it can really like change someone's like mood, you know. And it's like people don't really take into account of that. Like for example, if you're watching a big stream like Shroud, you want to talk to Shroud, enjoy, leaving a donation, from $5 to like $500. It's just like, well, what's the point, to be honest? And it's like you're just wasting money for just some dude. Yeah, this dude, can play a big factor in your life, but like it's just some dude, who you really want to say hi to you. But yeah.
Oh, to add on to, I don't think we one of the big things is just the community, like having other people like what you like to sort of do, like games you like to play and all that, like having a community built around that sort of. Just to sort of touch upon that, community is also a big aspect of just content creation in a whole.
Very nice, very nice. My second question is I'm gonna start with gods this time before I get to Sano, but what got you into content creating? And if you could go back in time, is there anything you would tell yourself like while you were
Ooh.
beginning or starting up?
So sort of travel all the way back to me in high school. I sort of you have the old school phase montages and freaking all these like nostalgic like just clips and stuff where it's like I want to do this one day, and it's sort of like it's like some like it seems unreal, but like so far like over time it's sort of becoming a reality, which is kind of nice having like people liking your content, just clips you post and all that, and it's awesome. Um, Sort of like to build upon that and make your content even better, to sort of uplift, uh, which not only what you're doing, but sort of just your like a passion that's sort of built on. Because like, let's say you play like a certain sport and from a young age, and you've sort of built upon that and adapted and like sort of built upon it. It's just it's there's always like a beginning uh to any like story. You don't just start to start. You usually have your own reason. Mine and particularly is like in a high school, like watching these clips, it's like I might wanna try this out. It might be for me. I enjoy gaming. Why not content? Create content. Like might as well. That's basically like my side of it, where it's like just building upon like what sort of you saw, and it's like I just want to do this. Screw it, shoot for the stars, and yeah.
Do it for the stars! Yes! Mr. Sano, the same question to you. What got you into it? And if you can go back in time, what would you tell yourself? What would you say to yourself beginning this journey?
I tell myself to believe in it a little bit more. Even now, there's like a part of me like my grandpa nagging in the back of my head, or my parents. They're super supportive, but there's just been so many people that are like, you've got to follow the meta. You know, after school comes college, after college comes marriage, after, like, and there's a pattern to this thing. And just be like, dude, just believe in it a little bit more. Because now that I quit my job for like 15 years of HVAC trade and just dove in for the last 2 months headlong into content creation, like I'd done it as a hobby, and there were certain seasons of my life where I'd have a couple months to sort of just focus on creative outlets, and streaming was one of many. I always held back, like, do I really want to invest in that new microphone? I'll probably never make it. Just buy the fucking microphone. Do I really want to, like, take the time and the money to buy the video editing software that I need to start making YouTube videos? Oh, nobody will ever like my videos. I won't buy the software. I don't know. I just found a lot of excuses along the way because I never fully bought the idea of making it. And I think I would just tell myself, like, fuck the crowd, even fuck that nagging little voice in the back of your head that says you're not going to do this. Just go for it. If you're going to go for it, go for it. Like, shoot your shot, dude. Don't half-ass this.
Go balls deep.
Balls deep, man.
Balls deep.
Go balls deep, kid. That's about it, man. And like, another thing, there's a part of me that thought I just had to have everything perfect before I was like allowed to go after it. Like, I had to have the right mic, I had to have a good video camera, I had to have all this stuff. I have followers to this day. Like, my very first follower, Dark Jada D, I don't even know why the hell she followed me, dude. And she stuck around for like 3 years. She followed me when I was on a laptop with like 10 frames per second playing this shitto game with a horrible webcam, microphone that sounded like butthole incarnate in your ear holes. And everything about it was so bad, dude. Like, it was so bad. Part of me, even speaking this out loud, says you never should have been live, kid. But like, I have a community now that even came from those earliest days where I was learning and experimenting and still building the parts along the way, and getting the tools that you needed. Just don't think you have to be at the end of the road. You're at the beginning of the road, and it's okay to take those steps along the way. Don't expect to be at the end, dude. Just enjoy the process. Same thing like with the competitive gaming. Just enjoy the road. If you love the road, even the parts that fucking suck will be fun in a way, because you'll still see the climb and look down and be like, wow, I'm so much higher than I was before, And that's exciting.
Very nice. Let's see. I'm gonna think of something for Citric and Trevor here. What about you two? What do you think you would tell yourselves, or tell yourselves now? Because I know, like Trevor mentioned, he would love to get into streaming or something one day if he could. Citric, he's been trying to, even though he's been busy with other things. But what have been going on through like your guys' minds? Like, is there any like thing holding you back, or anything you feel might be chatting in your head? What what would what would have to get you that push? I guess I want to ask.
For me, it's more of like that, like like that second thought, like it's just like when it comes to content creation, to me it's like, what if I'm not good enough? What if, everyone, makes fun of me, that confidence that you have, it just, goes down and goes down, just thinking about other people's opinions, like, what will they think when we do it? Will they think I'm cringy? Will they think I'm funny? Will they think I'm, weird? To me, it plays like a big factor, because like I like to me, I've always somewhat cared about other people's opinions. Like, that's played a big factor and part of me. But yeah, like right now, like I'm trying to build confidence, and as you're telling, Dono and Gods about, what would I tell my younger self, who really wanted to pursue this, not just, pro league, not just content creation, but like fuck what everyone else says, like it's what people think, but it's not what but it's something that you really, really want to do. Like for me in pro league, like if you like see something that inspires you and you really want to do it, for me, I'd just say fuck it, do it. Just as Trevor said, go balls deep. Just send it. Don't let anything hold you back.
And like you said, just go balls deep. Don't. I honestly like if you're gonna do content creation, just go in it. Just jump in the deep end. What's gonna happen? Nobody get to. I mean, you're just making content for the viewers, and you can make jokes against yourself. But like he said, go balls deep. I think what really would push me is like to have the confidence. I'm at this point like I don't give a shit what anybody thinks. And like if I told myself younger, I'd like, yo, they're not gonna like this shit. Like the shit I post or that kind of shit. I got told that I'll never make it in content creation, but now I actually am thinking about it. I think I'm gonna make that push, go ball deep into that. So
Do it, Trevor. Do it right now. Well, not right now, but you get what I mean. Do it.
Do
Do
it.
it.
Do it.
do it.
Execute the order. Do it.
Execute
I will say, if you
order.
are trying to get started, it's not for everybody, and
Right.
that's okay. You just need to be honest with yourself. Like, it takes a certain kind of artist. I think you have to be an artist in some way because you're making art. To me, that's what content is. Whether it's YouTube videos, TikTok posts, Instagram images, live Twitch content, whatever it is, in a way, it's art. And it's a unique form of artistic expression because there's a live aspect to it. It's almost like theater where the crowd can boo you and throw tomatoes. They can unsubscribe. Or they can love it and stand up and applaud and smash you with Doritos and biddies, like the Musketards did, and like
We'll do it
it's
again too if you're not careful.
it's this wild organic canvas. And just be honest with yourself. You have to just know what you're getting into. You're getting into an artistic, expressive field, and you have to be okay with people not liking your artwork. You have to be okay with the process from drawing stick figures to drawing realistic photographic shit. Like there's a road, man. Be honest with it, and it's not for everybody, and that's okay.
Enjoy
But if
the
it is for
road.
you, go balls deep.
And I will
If
say,
that's your soul, just go for it.
Yep.
much like gods, Sano has been sneaking through my questions because he knows what my third question was going to be, which would be about what would you say to people that wanted to start streaming and making content. And Sano, is there any more you would like to add to that, or should I throw it to gods? Is there anything else you'd like to
If you're
add?
trying to get started in 2021 on Twitch, being live on Twitch for 10 hours a day, doing the grind is not the way to do it. It's not. You're never going to make it. Like, I just have to be real with you. If you just think that clicking a live button and playing your favorite video game is going to make it, it's not going to make it. At some level, you can't just be a gamer and make it as a streamer. You have to be an artist. You have to be a streamer. You have to be a content creator. You have to be making and producing value for the people that are coming to hang out with you while you're playing video games. It's okay to play your favorite video game and have a great time, but there's something more that's got to get plugged in. You can't just sit there and play your favorite game and expect people to come hang
You
out.
can't just cut a tomato and make a burger.
That's right, man. You're gonna need more parts. You're gonna need some beef, some lettuce, some tomato,
Get that
dude,
cheese.
some buns, some bibis.
Yeah.
Diversify yourself. 100% diversify. Find, like Ludwig is an inspiration. trying to follow in his footsteps, but I suck at it. The guy really is a fucking mogul, dude. He can organize his Twitch stream to be a 4-hour or like a 2-hour YouTube thing, TikTok thing,
Not
a
even
Twitter
2 hour, like
thing,
multiple
multiple
YouTube.
things, his shorts. Like
Yeah.
he can go live for a couple hours, and by the end of the day, he's put out quality content on multiple platforms. Quality content, quality pieces of art in his segmented, scripted. He's very good, man. And like, this is your competition. I heard it's easier to become the number one employee in the entire franchise of Walmart and Sam's Club than it is on Twitch. There's less competition in that entire network of employees and managements, and backline, whatever,
Exactly.
than in this industry. And if you're really trying to crack this industry, you've got to play the field. You need to spread your eggs. You need to diversify your content. And that's something I've really rejected. I've always been like, fuck social media. I'm not posting. Facebook sucks. And it does suck. Don't ever be on Facebook. It's a dead platform anyways. Fuck Facebook. But like, there's
Who's
ways to
attacking
leverage
me?
this. It's okay if you're on Facebook. I'm not judging you. But if you're trying to grow your channel, it's probably not the best place to make content. It's still a viable place to make content. I'm not saying you can't grow by making Facebook content, but don't
Let's
make
be
TikTok content.
Facebook is for old people. MySpace for our generation.
Yes.
I was yeah, I was gonna like add to a little bit on what you're saying, so I don't know about, fucking just how like there's two different like versions to content creation on Twitch. Playing the same game but separate ways. Like for example, if any of you know, Sniping Soup and like McNasty, especially like that group, where they're known for just being completely stupid and just like make funny jokes left and right, compared to like someone known for just their skill in the game. So you kind of have to like find on where you want to go in between that. For you want to be a humorous streamer, be a humorous streamer. You want to be a streamer known for your skill, be a streamer known for your skill. And, like,
If you want to be the best, be the best. That's still artistic. To be at the top of the game, to land that 12 kill streak is art.
yeah.
Exactly.
Alrighty. Mr. Sano preaching it to the masses. Love it. Let's get your intake, gods. I want to hear what you have to say now.
So one thing, going back to what Sano said about, he said, fuck it, buy the mic. Well, sort of, like, to a certain degree, yes, yeah, but like, you don't need the same like $400, $1,000 camera as some like maybe a streamer like Shroud, Pokimane, all these like big Tim the Tap Man, Nick Merckx. Like you don't need their like setup so you could create content. Maybe like you're just starting off. Maybe fuck it, just buy like a Blue Yeti $50
Exactly.
mic. Like just start like stay like not stay in your lane, kind of like your budget lane, because you're not gonna make it just because you have a $5,000 PC. You could have a $5,000 PC, most boring person, like shit at game, and it's like you're not gonna get anywhere. Uh, just because you have the PC, like Trevor, stop. But
God damn it, Trevor.
but basically, like just like my camera, if I'm being honest, it's a $3 1080p that I got on sale on Amazon, and I'm just using it because until I could upgrade it, because I have a GoPro, I could easily upgrade it, but I need to get like some of these adapters and stuff. Like it's like just use what you have, kind of, to your advantage. Make sure like you actually like properly using it. Don't try and put a fork into a outlet type thing.
Yeah.
Like use it like properly type stuff.
Right.
Like Just
Yeah,
like everyone has a phone nowadays that has possibilities of getting apps that could get you Twitch clips, and you could post to TikTok, etc. Athenoscope. You have like we have technology, as Patrick once said. We have technology, so
We
Mm.
have
might as well
technology.
make use of it. So
yeah.
that's basically the point. It's like, don't put your money like where it doesn't need to be. Like use it smartly. Like
Yeah. I
smart.
was
Be smart.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I've met so many people, and it's so stupid. Like, especially like for mice, because like,
Thank you. I know I am.
no, not, no, not you, but mainly on the concept of people like wasting money for no reason. You know, like on especially for PC, like on their peripherals. Like for example, I have a friend who he's a good player and all, but he wastes so much money on like on mice. Like for example, he has a great mouse. You know, it goes for $120. Next thing you know, this motherfucker like 3 days later, yo, I'm gonna get the new version of that mouse for $150. I'm gonna get two versions, one in white and one in black.
Bruh.
Like, dude, you're wasting money, and there should be
Hey,
no.
back up, back up.
But,
Back up,
like,
my boy.
it's like, dude,
Yeah,
like,
that's just unnecessary at
yeah,
that
it's
point. Like
so
it's just
unnecessary.
excessive.
Just because and I'm gonna compare it to the Siege for a minute. It's like when you use the same sense as a pro and think, oh yeah, I'm gonna be good like that player. No, it just doesn't work like that. Just because you use the peripherals of a good streamer, a good player, doesn't mean you're gonna end up being like them. And it's
Be your
like,
own person.
yeah, be your own person, develop your own style. Like develop your own
Exactly.
content creation. Don't be like this person, or else you're gonna be like just they're not gonna find you funny, or they're not gonna find entertaining. It's just gonna be like, oh, it's just a carbon copy of this dude. Like,
Like going back to what Sano mentioned Ludwig. Ludwig uses he mentioned once the recycle method, or like the twist, and I forgot the name of it, but basically just like you get an idea from someone, like
Oh, the
of one of
yoink
the
and
like a
twist.
trending. I forgot the term he used, but basically it's like you see what someone did, like a trending clip or like a trending thing, and put your own twist to it. Like don't just
yeah,
if you recycle it, you're not gonna like Ludwig said, if he gets 1 million views, you're probably not gonna get as much because he's the one trending. He's the top dog. You're probably not gonna do it better than him. So yeah, if you do it better, props. Do better. Nice.
I know one of my friends. He had a PC that cost over 10K. He built from
jeez,
scratch. Yeah,
Oh,
man,
and
for
he's
me, it's
pretty
like,
how?
and he's pretty good at the game. But like, why you spent that so much fucking money on that?
10,000?
like
10K, like unreal
Like
10
you could get a quality PC for
for like
like
$500.
four
dude,
thousand, like
you could get like two
max
PCs,
4,000. You could get a
like,
quality build.
My PC is $666, but his is $10,000.
Yeah, that's
And
insane.
he built from scratch. Like he bought the case, he bought all the
like,
hardware and all that shit. Like,
like,
why would you raise all that money? Just
I was like,
like
God
why?
says, there's tiers to this thing. Just
Yeah.
know where you're at. Like when I started, I was on a laptop and a shitty laptop camera and a shitty laptop microphone.
I
And
didn't
then I
even have
got
a
like
camera.
a crappy Logitech 520 or something like that for $20 or something. But it's an upgrade. It's 20. I finally
Great.
scrounged up $20 and I can upgrade my microphone a little, or
Exactly.
my webcam a little bit, and it starts to swell a little bit. Oh, now I can get a microphone headset. Okay, it's like a $30, $40 headset microphone, and it's a better microphone than my laptop, right? But now, like, over the 3 years, it's been to a point where, okay, like, now I have a decent microphone. I got a decent webcam. That's not perfect. There's still upgrades. But, like, if you're at a level where you're making multi-millions, fuck it, dude, buy the $10,000 laptop. I don't care. Whatever. But, like,
Right.
just know where you're at. Know your level, and buying shit is not going to help you make it.
Right.
It's part of it, but you can't just buy your way there, you know? The tools are tools. You have to use the tools to create.
Right.
If you're gonna be spending that much money, like, and if you're doing like specifically content creation, at that point, just hire an editor. Like, if you're spending that much money, Jesus,
Word. Yes.
God.
Way
But
better use the
that
10K.
it's kind of ironic
Hire
because
Zion.
it's kind of ironic that the one of my friends' his name is Trevor as well. So it's kind of get so his name is Trevor Bowen, and I'm Trevor, and he's like I said, he spent 10K on his fucking PC, and I'm like thinking to myself, I just bought a $600 PC, which works perfectly fine. You know, why would you? But like I'm at that level, like I'm not, like I'm in between. You know, like Sano said, you got the tools. You don't. Money won't make you there. The tools will. So,
The craftsman with
Exactly.
the tools.
yep.
And as you build yourself as a craftsman, you might want to upgrade your tool set.
That's
Exactly.
Just love the road,
Beautifully
man.
said. Beautifully said, Sano.
Yep.
What you got for us, TJ?
Sorry, I was too in deep watching, listening to you guys. All right,
Put
we'll
him in
go
a
to my.
hypnotic state.
I was like listening to all that was just beautiful and amazing, and it was like I knew coming into this topic like we were gonna have a good long talk, and I still have like one more question to go, but wow. So my final question for this topic is I'm actually gonna start with Trevor and Citric because I want to know what their goals are going to be for the future, especially with Trevor saying like he would love the stream and Citrix content creating. I'm gonna start with you, Trevor. I want to know what your goal is. Like, what would be that first goal of yours that you have?
Honestly, I don't have a goal. I'm just doing it for the love of, streaming and making people laugh. Like, yeah, I want to be famous, that's everyone's goal, but I just at first I'm just like I want to be there to make people laugh. I don't give a shit what anyone else says. I'm there to make people laugh and crack jokes with my friends. So,
Trevor, that's considered a goal because you want people to be happy.
oh, shut up.
Hey,
Ah,
Trevor, can you dab?
no.
Trevor, can you
oh no.
hit that dab, please?
All right.
Hell yeah. I am never gonna do that.
Yeah,
No
never
money in the
mind.
world's gonna make me do that. Anyway,
CJ,
Citric,
Citric
I
Dab.
want
No,
Citric. I
never.
want to hear. I want to hear. Your goal. What's your main goal?
Honestly, just make people happy. Like, just, like, I don't, because for me, like, some people care about fame. I honestly fuck the fame. I don't care about the fame, about, content creation. Like, if I wanted fame, it, I don't know. Like, because the thing with fame is that, it'll get to someone's head and, they'll be a cocky piece of shit. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be cocky. I just want to, make people laugh and, they want to enjoy my stream, let them enjoy my stream. Um, just show love to others, like small content creators, like how Z does, and like if there's like someone playing the same game as me at the time, either it be Siege or CS:GO or Apex or Valorant, any game, just try to raid that small streamer, show them some love. Um, but yeah, mainly it.
Beautiful, beautiful. We're gonna go to Mr. Gods. What would you say your goal is right now?
At this very current moment, I am starting to hit affiliate. As soon as I hit affiliate, oh, you guys are not prepared for what I have in store. I have a lot of stuff. I want to get my chat a little more interactive, sort of push a little more into that scheme of things where uh, we're not only just like chatting and like no emotes, no nothing. I know Twitch just added followers only emotes just recently, so I'm sort of gonna be looking into that over this current weekend. Sort of get set up, see how it like works. I don't know if it's for like specific. I know the animated emotes are specifically for some content creators. Uh, but sort of I'm looking into the whole point where it's like I want my chat to sort of interact a little more rather than just conversation back and forth. It's like stuff that chats specifically are able to do, such as like predictions. Like
Oh yeah.
everyone likes a little bit of gambling every now and then. It's human, a little bit of human nature to sort of get that steam blowing where it's like, oh, I'm about to lose like 5,000 channel points. No, son of yeah, sort of some stuff like that. It's like just a little bit of add a little bit of like icing on the cake while you're enjoying the stream and whatnot. On top of all that, sort of YouTube is like a little side dish that would love to get into more, but uh, I'm at the moment I don't see YouTube being something I would go forward with at the moment. Not yet. It's something I don't have the patience for the editing because when you're editing a YouTube clip, let me tell you this: if it's like a 10-minute clip, you have to watch that 10 like maybe hours worth of gameplay, edit all of that down. Maybe you get like 8 minutes, then you add transition effects, maybe short pauses. Oh, that adds another like 5 to like 10 hours of editing, maybe. It adds on, adds on, adds on. At the current moment, I have the time for just small TikTok like meme edits, like just nice little like haha, put a grin on your face type content. So on top of all that, yeah, that's basically where I'm at, sort of putting content on TikTok primarily. I'm sort of trying to get into the trends, like IRL trends, like just like uh, sort of like maybe Vano, like Adult Swim trend, like where you just have like me just sort of showcase like nostalgic moments or something like that. It's just make people happy, put a smile on someone's face. That's about it.
Nice, nice. And finally, of course, I want to hear from the man himself. One of the bestest people I have ever watched. And that's saying something because I don't usually watch streamers and stuff, but Sano just always keeps me watching, keeps me entertained, and I just love him so much. And I want to know, Sano, what is your goals? Come on, tell me your goals.
My professional goals, I will start with, is to just bite the bullet and start creating content on other platforms. And I actually have my very first follower to thank for this that I got on my shitty laptop 3 years ago in a Garbo setting with Garbo everything. She shared, Jade, I love you if you're out there. She shared a saying of her mom with me one time, and it was that if you do the things you hate the most, you'll get the results you love the most. Something to that effect. And I hate YouTube editing. I fucking hate it. I hate it. But she's
I
right, dude.
totally
Like if
agree.
I hate it. Not like Z. I'm constantly seeing her just hustling, pumping out videos like like I eat for food. But Just learn the skill, get the tools that you need, knuckle up, learn the skills that are necessary, even if you don't like it, learn the skills because it's part of the job. And just to embrace it as part of the job. It's not the funnest part of the job, but it's part of the job. To
Okay.
diversify my content and be more consistent and productive in focusing on content on other platforms than just embracing that Twitch doesn't do its best job to acknowledge or make visible or discoverable small content creators. That's just the nature of the beast. And that's
Mhm.
okay. You just need to acknowledge that as a truth and work with it. You work with what you got. I've been trying to fight the system and swim upstream for 3 years, and I could have been a hell of a lot farther if I just bitten the bullet. But at the same time, I want to stay consistent to myself because I still think social media is like the devil of the earth. I fucking hate social media. I hate Twitter. I hate Facebook. I don't want to spend my time on these platforms. And I don't, but I need to in some aspects, but I don't want to lose myself in it. I'm not going to take selfies every day. That's just not me. Nobody gives a fuck what I ate for
Yeah,
lunch.
exactly.
I don't care what I ate for lunch. I'm not going to take a picture and send it to you guys. That's bullshit. I can't believe some of these people can take a picture of themselves on a shitter and get a million likes. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe it gets to that swell. We're just like, "What up? I'm pooping." Oh yeah. Retweet. Oh my god. You know, but just be honest. Stay myself. Still pump some stuff out there. Quality content. Try to get involved in the conversations. That's my business goals. As a personal goal, all of this is just to dance and sing and live. Like, if I want to write something, I won't stream, I won't make music, I won't do fucking nothing else. I'll just sit down and I just need to create. I'm in a writing mood. I'm gonna write music or poetry or whatever. And when I'm in a creative flow, I'll just sit there for like 24 hours straight making OBS scenes with interesting little bullshits that will show for like 15 people. And that's okay. But I love the process of just making things. Song, I'll just hit it hard. I don't know. It's just the way I'm wired, dude. I'm kind of frantic and I jump between avenues of creative expression. And streaming for me is one of those avenues. And like the reason I do it is to just love on people, meet new people, love on those people, and to just express myself. Because for me, it's an artistic outlet. Streaming and making scenes. That's the way I make scenes and I stream the scenes. It's the same thing as sitting down to write poetry. Or you know what I mean?
My mom had a saying. I love the saying. It's do what you like and like what you do.
Love it, man. Love it. That's kind of
You know,
it. I'm trying to just break that 9 to 5, get the degree, do the job, and just actually embrace dancing and singing and creating as
Yep.
life.
If I may quote, very wise man, do or do not, there is no try. You got to do this. You can't, say, oh yeah, I'm gonna try to do this, or I'm gonna, attempt to do this. No, you just send it. Just do it. Just
Full ball deep.
fucking do it. Yeah, exactly. But
Do ball deep.
I do want to throw out there for Sano. You should definitely continue off with YouTube because when I first talked to you and you told me about that you also make videos. And the first thing I watched was the Shivery one.
It's the
Absolutely
only video I
loved
actually made.
absolutely loved it. And I just
Thank you.
adored the voiceover,
So
just
hard.
everything. And I
Thank
can
you.
see you continuing on with it. So
Thank
don't
you.
lose faith. I will say editing videos is time consuming. If you're working full time and you have so many different things to take care of, absolutely video editing, especially onto YouTube, should be the last thing on your mind because it is so time consuming. Like my videos with the videos that you two were featured in, Sebastian and Sano, I worked on that for a whole month. And I told myself, okay, before I get the music, I'm going to spend about, um 2 to 3 hours each day working on it to make sure everything's good and that I have the message across. And so and that's a lot coming from a 12-minute long video.
it's like just piecing it together. It's just hard. That's
absolutely.
that's that's the hard part.
Absolutely. And just rewatching it, making sure everything's good. Yeah, it's
Hmm.
just time consuming.
Well,
I
thank
will
you for
say,
that vote of confidence.
I will say, I was talking small content creating stuff. It's like I never was one to really watch Twitch and stuff. Like usually when I go in, I like watch some for a few minutes or whatever. But it's like I was always one to just go to YouTube and just watch whatever. But ever since I've been with Zion, I've been like going and watching her streams, and then especially when we've been starting getting people joining us and stuff and meeting all people. I've been trying to watch people's streams and actually like get involved. Like Sano and Woja, they've definitely been two people I love to watch and just always love like watching. Woja's always fun to talk to, and Sano always has that creative like feel and aura. It's like whenever I go in there knowing that it's like whatever I do, whatever I say, it's like this man's gonna take it and turn it into something. Especially when he has like the destroying the galaxies bits thing. I love that to death. And there's like other people, I'm trying to like watch more and stuff. Like there's Vexera, there's Gods. But the only problem with trying to watch Gods' stream is, he has a set time, and most of the time, when he's streaming, I'm already at work. Or I have to go to work or something, and I try. It's like earlier I went into a stream and watched it for a bit, but like there are some people that they have set times and they have their own times because they have busy lives, of course, and I'm trying my best to watch all these people, and like I said, it's difficult for me to really watch Gods because he has that set time, whereas I'm working almost every single day, but that's kind of it's kind of all I got when it comes to all that fun content creating and stuff. Man, we've been talking about that one for a while. That was
Schedule will be changing soon for me because I do start work in 2 weeks.
fun,
Nice.
fun.
Congratulations, man.
Okay, this has been an amazing topic, and I almost don't want to leave it, but we do have a couple more to get out of the way. So okay, let's go to our fifth topic, and this is a topic that we had a stream or two ago, but we're gonna dive into that nostalgia feel.
Ooh.
Nostalgic games, the games that we played when we were children, when we were kids. Sano knows all
Fuck,
too well because
I
he's a
feel old.
boomer.
I feel old.
I
And
feel like we like
You
briefly
guys will
went over this,
lose.
and
You will
oh,
lose
yeah, we
this.
did
I
kind of go
have
over.
oh dear,
Mine is older.
I did not
So
prepare enough stuff for this.
we did talk a lot about our games and stuff earlier. So I'm gonna kind of skip my first question because we already covered a lot of that. Like I said, I want to go to my second one, and it's gonna be what was your first console, and what would you say were like your first
Oh,
favorite genres that you really enjoyed or really kind of got you into gaming? I'm gonna start with you, Trevor.
My first console was the NES. For the like, they had Super Mario, so that's what I'm going with. So, first genre is like, I guess, what would you consider adventure for Super Mario for a genre?
Like adventure platform, maybe.
Yeah,
Adventure, platform,
yeah. So
sandbox kind of.
adventure is what really got me into gaming. So yeah, NES was my first console.
Nice, nice. I'm going to shoot it. Pachow! To you, Mr. Gods, what was your first console, and what would you say is your favorite genres of games?
So first console, NES Mario, the game Mario, the original Mario. But it wasn't technically. It was technically my sister's, but if my first my own and first game I have that was mine specifically, and for me was a Nintendo DS and Mario Hoops 3-on-3.
Nice, dude.
Oh god, that that was my first. It was on Christmas. I remember it pitch perfect. Friggin' my mom
Nice.
just comes out of nowhere. It hands me a present. I'm like, oh, what's this? It's pretty small. Friggin' I pull out a Nintendo DS. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Completely
Awesome.
threw me away. But then oh, after that, 360 Halo 3 specifically. Ooh, I even have the original Halo 3 edition console. Hmm. But yeah, and then I would go with right now first person shooters. That it doesn't make sense going from Mario to first person
Trevor, get
shooters,
off your phone!
but I would say first person shooters is what I'm with.
Nice, nice. Cedric, I am going to move to you. What is your first console and your genres of games?
Okay, so I mean, kind of hard to say like what was my first console because like when I just in general it's like a gaming part. I started getting into gaming because when I was 8, my mom would always take me to like this one spot in San Francisco, Fisherman's Wharf, where there was like this museum, and then on the other end was an arcade. So the first game I played was Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 Ultimate. Like those are the games I first started playing, and I honestly like I had a blast, and I still miss those memories, and I wish I could go back. But my first console, I think was the original Xbox, and I think the first game I played on that was this racing game called Chevy versus Ford or something like that. I forgot what it was, but yeah, I remember my mom like working her ass off to like scrap the money just to get it for me, and it was honestly one of the best memories I ever had. But yeah, we know who's next, but he's sadly
We know
not
who's
here.
next. It's Mr. Sano, and I really would love to hear what he has to say about his
Kind
first
of like
console and future.
like gods. I also have a Christmas story with the NES. We had this thing where we would do one present Christmas Eve, and I'd
Early,
gotten like
yes, yes.
yes, had this Darkwing Duck action figure. It was so cool.
Mm.
And next day we go over to my grandparents' house, and like at the end of it was the big gift, right? Big exciting one. First you got the socks, and then you got the sweater or whatever. Then it's like, God, just throw it over your shoulder. Who cares? Then you get the big present, and my grandparents and parents go into the other room. They pull out this fucking monstrous kitchen immersion set for my sister. She's got the pantry. She's got, all the Tupperware and the sink and everything. I'm like, it's heaven for her, dude. I don't give a shit. But if Brittany got a kitchen, I'm getting something great, right? I'm all jazzed, right? They go in the other room. They pull out a shoebox. And I remember just crying. I threw a fucking tantrum. I was like, you got kitchen and you got me shoes. I don't want shoes. They open up the shoebox. It's an NES with Batman, which I had to get back because it was too violent for me at the age of like 5. But man, I'll never forget it. but it was an NES in a shoebox my dad found at a garage sale because, like, bro, I grew up like wearing the neighbor's cousin's clothes. You know, like we didn't have much, and getting a Nintendo, I know I don't know how they even came up with that money. A garage sale saved the day, dude. In a shoebox. That's just where we were at, and it was the biggest deal, dude. I had to give back Batman. It was too violent, but I started with Mario and Duck Hunt. I probably played more Duck Hunt than I did Mario. Although once I started finding the portal shortcuts, I got pretty into Mario. Finding the trick jumps and the
yeah.
secret,
Exactly.
you know, like the level 2 climb up, jump. Yeah, that
yeah,
got
and
cool.
and on top of it, there's like little
Yeah.
pipes. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a Super NES not too long after, and that's really the one that like grounded me forever in video games. I think. I had this game called Breath of Fire, which was my first ever RPG game. That's not true. Technically, I had Dragon Quest on NES, which was way too fucking hard for my young little monkey brain. But Breath of Fire, I was old enough to play it on the Super NES, and that's when I got Super Metroid, which locked me into the Metroid series. I got Link to the Past, which is still one of my favorite games of all time. And there's like a progression from there, but in the early days, I was a Nintendo kid. Not anymore PC Master Race, but I was a Nintendo kid.
I had also a Sega too. I had the
Nice.
NES and a Sega. So
But was that your first console?
Actually, both were.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
All right.
So
We are going to move on to the next topic, the final topic, actually. And it's going to be about E3. Since we have some new faces and stuff, I kind of wanted to get some of you guys' thoughts on what games you might be excited for. And I'm going, I swear to God, if anybody says Battlefield, gods, Citric. No, but
Me.
no, but I am gonna start with you, gods. Is there anything that you're looking forward to? The question was for you, gods. You're starting.
Oh, I had I
I know. I
dramatically
saw
took
you
my
as soon
mic
as
off.
I asked the question.
E3 Battlefield. Fucking
Was it
come on.
2042?
Come on, the trick shot. Come on, the rocket lock trick shot. You can't. It's just come on. You can't beat it. But like moving away from Battlefield, like we already talked about Battlefield. I'm assuming you guys last podcast friggin'
Oh,
too
the
much
last couple have only
Battlefield.
been Battlefield, and if I hear any
Yeah,
more about
so
Battlefield,
but I do have a couple that's gonna throw everyone a little off. Super Monkey Ball.
Oh wait, they're
oh
making
yeah,
a new one.
I
I didn't even see that.
remastered. Actually,
No way.
remastered, my dude. They're remastering them all.
remastered. Oh, that's
Interesting.
whew. I remember playing that. That was like just talking about a casual game. That was a game where it's like, oh, that hits a like nostalgic spot. Like I don't know about you guys, but that was like a game I remember like just trying to get through certain levels. That's like, how the freak did someone beat this within like 5 minutes? Freaking, you're here, you have like freaking, you beat it in like 8-9 minutes, and then you keep doing it. It's like, how do they do it? Then you see speedrun videos and all that. Like I'm talking about like the like where you get the stars and every or the bananas. The bananas. That's the one. Friggin' oh that like that, and then Mario Party Superstars
Oh yeah,
remastered, where they use old school maps and
that's
mini games. So they're both on a Nintendo Switch, which is interesting. Nintendo is on the come up with the games. So far, it looks like Battlefield and Nintendo are taking over, like E3 from what it looks like. And then you have this new game or Outer Worlds 2, which looks very interesting. I haven't played the first one, but it looks very, very interesting, and I'm sort of looking forward to it to see like some gameplay. I'm not gonna get it right away. I am getting Battlefield right away, but But Outer Worlds is I'm gonna keep my eye out for. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But Battlefield, better believe it. As soon as beta comes out, come to my stream. Oh, we're gonna
yeah.
make some content from that.
Alrighty. Mr. Citric, I'm going to move on to you and ask you what games you're looking forward to. Do not say Battlefield.
Yeah, no, Battlefield. No,
Oh to God, Citric.
no, yeah. I'm also excited for we went a little bit over this last stream, but Rainbow Six Extraction. I think that'd be a pretty good game
Yeah.
to like I think that'd be a pretty cool
I
game to do
saw
like
it.
content on. Like especially with friends, like just fucking around or you know, probably like the jump scares that might happen in the game. It'd be very fun and great content, to have and stream on Twitch. But also, me loving also racing games. I also grew up with racing games. Forza
Forza.
Horizon, yeah, Forza
Ah,
Horizon 5. I'm so excited for that game, because I think the first Forza I played was, I think it's, I don't know if it was Forza Motorsport or Forza Horizon 2,
oh
but
my God.
yeah, that
Forza Horizon 2.
that was such a good game. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it was 2 that had the Fast and Furious like DLC, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't even know.
Let me search it up.
But I remember those like first Forza Horizon, like Forza Horizon 1 and 2. Oh my God. That was a game.
My initiation
Yeah.
into racing games was San Francisco Rush.
Cool.
What's your
Oh,
name?
yeah, okay, yeah, it was Forza
I-
Horizon 2 for
What got
Fast
me
and
into
Furious.
racing was Need for Speed Carbon.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, what's the original Need for Speed? Hold up. I remember the first racing game, was it just Need for Speed? What was the first one? It was like Need for Speed Underground. Need for Speed Underground, I think. Right?
Well, while you guys talk about your need for
Yeah,
speed,
Underground.
I am going to move on to Trevor because I would like to know his input. I would like to know what games he's looking forward to from the E3.
I'm interested in the Halo Infinity.
Ooh.
And second is Battlefield, but I'm really looking forward to Halo. In that Halo Infinity, but
Battlefield.
I'm really interested in the Infinity because I saw some trailers for it and it looks so fucking good. So that's what I'm looking for.
And what about you, Sano? What games do you look forward to?
Ever the off meta. This is just the way I am. The 4 games that I am very excited about are Sacrifier, which it reminded me of Secret of Mana, and also an old game called Valkyrie Profile for PlayStation 2, I want to say. Old school RPG looking. It just looks really nostalgic, but like HD remix. Like you took a great old school pixelated RPG and ramped it up with some interesting dynamics, but kept it in an old school way. I think it looks really interesting. Like I said, I love 4X games like the Total War series, Shogun, Chivalry. I'm not Civilization, I mean to say. So I'm interested in Humankind, a new 4X game coming out that looks pretty good. Big on the global conquest kind of nation building games. There's another one called Wartale. I'm interested in that because it doesn't look like anything I've quite ever seen before. I don't really know what to relate it to. Like, I don't know. I tried to pool from my knowledge of gaming history, and I just don't really know what this is like. It's just so curious to me. I just know it's like about mercenaries. It kind of looks like some huge open world RPG game, and it just looks innovative. I appreciate that about it. And my last but absolute most excited for game right now is Hellblade 2 Senua's Saga. Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice resonated with me, man. It shot to probably the top of my favorite games of all time. It's not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay, but it was my cup of tea, dude. I bawled my fucking eyes out at the end of the game. Yes, I did. And I expect to bawl my eyes out again in Hellblade 2. I can't wait to pick it up. Plus,
You
it
expect that?
introduced it introduced a ton of people to one of my favorite bands. I've been a fan of Heilung for a long time, but Heilung got some promo in doing the music for Hellblade 1 and 2. And I like that more people are learning about that band.
Alrighty.
Can
Oh,
I
and
ask-
and Battlefield. I'm just kidding.
Oh, Santa, you lucky I love you. You lucky I love you the bits.
Oh,
Alright.
another game that I'm looking forward into is the what's the Left 4 Dead reboot?
Oh yeah.
Or
Oh, I know exactly. Oh, I know exactly what you're
Yeah.
talking about. Oh my god.
Back from
what
the
is it?
dead?
Yeah,
No.
It's like Left 4 Dead gameplay, but it's
It's
not
like
a new
Left
Left
4
4 Dead
Dead.
game.
It's like a kind of revamped version of it, except it's called something else.
It's on my
Right.
wish list.
It is against vampires, isn't it?
Mhm.
It's like Left 4 Dead,
Back
but
for
against
blood.
vampire.
Back for
Yeah.
blood.
That
Back
was
for
it.
Blood.
Back
That's
for
the one.
Blood.
Yeah, that does
Oh.
look interesting.
Yeah.
Alrighty,
That-
alrighty.
I'm ready for that one too.
I'm excited for
bet
Payday
you
3.
are.
I love
This is
Payday
Payday
3.
3.
Ooh,
I'm very excited for Payday.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait. There's
I
a
didn't
Payday
see
3.
that one.
I didn't
Yeah.
see that.
yeah, Payday 3. It's a thing.
I didn't. I'm gonna have to.
I'm excited.
Alright.
I love Payday.
Alright,
Nice.
alright, alright. I'm going to move on to the next question. I know you all are excited. I appreciate it. I love it. I'm gonna move on to the next question. And this is gonna be a kind of a one-on-one question. So I'm gonna ask each of you individually. I just want a simple answer, and then I'm going to move on to the next person. Trevor, I'm gonna start with you. Would you go to E3 with me?
Fuck yeah.
Gods, would you go to E3 with me?
Oh yeah.
Citric, would you go to E3 with me?
Fuck yeah, man. Especially if it means we're getting, just vibing, just having a good time.
Sano, I know you hate me and I know you don't like me, but would you go to E3 with me?
I mean, I'll have to check my schedule, but yes, sir, I would.
All right, this is the next one. This one's gonna be specifically for Trevor. Trevor,
Ooh.
would you like to help wage war with me in Halo Infinite?
Fuck yes. Let's go.
Hell yeah!
Why does it
Cedric?
remind me of like a really bad proposal?
Citric.
Wait.
I
Would you
mean,
like to
if
join
I
me?
Are you
if I get
on
the
1v
game,
right now?
sure. I mean, if I get the
One
game,
v
sure,
one me right
definitely.
now.
Gods, would you join me?
Halo? I'm sorry. We're going with Battlefield.
We're going with-
Ooh, I'm gonna
Don't
be
worry,
on the other end.
we'll get into that question in just a moment. But Santa, what about you? Would you join me in Halo?
I haven't played Halo since the first Halo at my friend's house, so I'm not too committed to that series. We
Okay.
could shit on me. I mean, I guess I'd let you dunk me a couple of times before I
got-
uninstalled.
I got a question. So Gods, Thanos, and Citric, would you raid war with me in Battlefield?
Yeah.
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 I'm more of a
I'll be the
planet.
pilot. I'll be the
I'm more
pilot.
of
You
a
guys
planet
get in.
side 2 kind of guy.
Hey,
you little shit.
I'll be
Who the
I'll be
fuck
the
told you you could-
recon. I'll be my I'll be the recon.
Hey,
Let's
My
go.
planet side 3.
I do have one final question though. This is actually a very important question. This is something many people like to mention, bring up, and everything. And I've had Vexera offer to do it. I'm pretty sure Zion will end up doing it. Maybe even Crip will do it. I don't know, but how quick do you think someone's gonna be? Because as you guys may or may not know, I'm not much for the new Battlefield. I'm not much of a Battlefield guy. And I basically said that I would only ever play it if somebody actually got it for me, because I'm not going to be invested in it. How quick do you think people are going to be to buy me the new Battlefield?
Wouldn't do
I
it.
mean, it depends. Like, because I know Crip's probably in chat and how much he puts with your bullshit. So probably.
Wait, in our last chat, did I say it was $2?
Yes, because you read it
$2?
wrong and you were like, oh, the
Oh.
new Battlefield's $2. And we're like, wait, what? Excuse you?
Yeah, no.
All right,
Yeah,
but
if
that
it was on
is-
sale. If it was on
$2 on Let me know when that happens.
But that is actually all the questions that we have for that topic. Yeah, so we're basically done with that. Thank you everyone for joining us for this. Thank you everyone for tagging along and talking with us. And as a final, I want you guys to do me a favor. I want you to follow these two amazing people. We're talking Mr. Sano. We're talking Mr. Gods. I want you guys to go check out these guys. They really are the best. They try their damnedest. We got Sano Zama and we got FGK Gods. Two amazing
Thank you
people,
guys for
absolutely
having
the
us.
best.
I'm trying to change the scenes and
Love it.
motherfucker, you stupid. Give me a moment.
You're like,
okay?
stop saying it. One at a
Slow
time.
down.
One at a
Say it
time.
slowly.
You kept changing them so fast. I was like, wait, what's going on?
Because I'm
yeah.
trying to go with you.
I'm sorry, Mr. Sano
Love
Zama.
it.
And follow Mr. FGK Gods, whatever his name is. He has a lot of letters. I don't know what they mean. I'm sure
Let's
he'll
go.
tell you down the road, but
It's a secret for later, but more than likely, ask one of my friends. They'll probably tell you before I do.
but yes, thank you everyone for joining us.
Yo,
I'm sure
wait,
Zion has some last final words, so I'm gonna give it to her. She is the
I
best.
thought you have an outro, dumbass. I'm trying to fucking.
I did my outro. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the great CJ Star, aka Comrade Jadicus V. These have been my boys, Citric, Trevor, and of course our special guest, the lovely and amazing Sano, and the best of the best, Mr. FJK Gods. Thank you, everybody.
No.
Peace.
ooh,
Thanks for having us. This was a lot of fun. Love you guys.
Love to
wait.
be here.
Also, check out the socials. Check out
Yeah.
the socials down below, bottom left. You know
Don't judge me. That's
Do it.
that'll-
It is the
really-
law.
Do it.
It'd really support us, and also, it'd be great if you helped us out. Me,
Okay,
Trevor.
Citric, point it down. Point it down.
It's right down there.
The other
All
side.
right.
The other side.
Right.
Citric, you're
down
right.
there.
You're right.
It's down there.
Yeah, down there.
Right there.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on,
Yeah.
hold on.
Musketeers.
Just over
Do it
there.
again.
Just
Trevor,
just
do it
go
again,
there.
Do it again. Point down.
Oh wait.
Yeah, there you go. Alrighty. All I want to say is thank you so much, Sano and Sebastian over here. You guys spending your time, your personal time to hang out with us, the Musca retards or musketards. Our old name used to be Musca retards. Okay, so just to clarify, that was our original name, but then we're like, okay, now the R word is a slur, so we're gonna change it up. And for some reason,
Yeah.
even musketards is still censored.
Well,
So
we're still using Todd, which
you're not allowed to use the word tard. But anywho, again, thank you so much for having you on board. Oh my goodness, I'm honestly nervous the fact that you two are here because to me, I look up to you guys. You guys are my inspiration, big time.
I look up to you.
You guys are
All love and
absolutely.
support.
You
Mwah.
guys are the ones that I love supporting so much, and I can definitely see that you guys are going to become so big. And I'm going to be rooting for you guys. All of us is going to be rooting for you guys. So CJ, you better watch Sebastian's stream, or I'm going to kill you.
I try to, I really do, but it's like with the
Okay,
time and stuff. I watched it earlier, so you can't get on me about that. I did watch it earlier.
But seriously, everybody in chat,
I gave him a Dorito.
if you're still hearing us, if you still hear us babbling, seriously, go check out these two. These two,
Follow Zion. She's the
provided,
best.
I provided their links on the bottom.
Subscribe to our
I'll read
YouTube.
it again. Hold on,
Go
let me do it
like
one more
my
time.
recent TikToks.
Like
Yeah,
his
also,
recent TikTok.
Also, don't just check out them. Also, make sure to check out, Zion and other
No,
content
it's
creators.
not about me. It's not about me, okay?
I know,
It's
but
not
like
about
you're
me,
the,
okay?
but you're the one who hosts
She's
it.
the best. Of
Yeah,
everybody
she's the
here,
one
it's
who
the
hosts
quiet
it.
sleeper,
In the
dude.
world.
All the
Never
ones that
gonna
make it,
let
it's
you
the one who
down.
spoke the least.
So again, everyone, thank you
Thank
for
you, chat.
watching.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for all the follows. Arshisha and Saturn Moon, and then Sebastian over here, and then Austin. Ada. I don't know if you're still here, but I just said it for you.
Oni-chan?
Oni-chan. I can't do it right now, but yes. So again, thank you everyone. CJ, thank you for being the amazing fucking host ever and fucking preparing all these questions for these lovely folks here. Trevor and Citric, thank you for being a part of it, and a big, I
It's
swear to
always
God,
a
big, massive thank you to Sebastian and Sano over here taking their time out of their day. Fucking Sano is, where are you? Well, you're in a
I'm in a hotel right now for a family reunion, and everybody's probably wasted out there by now. I'm gonna go into. We'll see. I don't know.
See the fact that he's
They're not
so
much of
excited to
drinkers. That's a
join
lie.
us.
That's not true.
All right,
Idaho gets
everybody.
down, man. Good night, everyone.
Only it's really an honor to be on this podcast. You know, to
Yeah.
be with these amazing content creators.
It was an
like,
amazing
you know.
time. Love the talk. Always love the interaction. Always love
Good.
talking with it, people.
Awesome. Alrighty, and everybody, you know what our favorite thing to do? We love supporting small streamers, and we are going to be rating. Excuse me, I cannot speak because I'm getting ready. I'm preparing myself to get drunk on VR chat. We are going to be rating another fellow content creator that was also featured in my video. He is currently streaming Rainbow Six Siege, and his name is Slowbee. My dear,
Slowbee.
lovely Slowbee. Oh wait, no, never mind. I lied. He ended up ending his stream. No. Okay.
Oh, big rip.
Big
Hi,
rip.
F in
Big
Manny.
chat.
massive rip.
Missed opportunities.
Okay, let's.
Never
pick
end your stream.
Sebastian, pick a game.
wisely.
Let's go Escape from Tarkov.
All right, let's
Ooh.
go to Escape from Tarkov. Let me just randomly look for this. I did look for this one streamer and I wanted to rate him, but then I noticed that Slopey was rating. Or not rating, but streaming. Okay, let's see. Let's see a small streamer. All right, yeah, we are going to be rating Daxter 3047. He is currently playing Escape from Tarkov. And yeah, let's also show F. Let's all show support to this small content creator, small streamer over here, all right? Again, everyone,
Let's
thank you
go.
again for your time. Thank you for joining us. All hearts in chat. And
Night, everybody.
once when we
Bye,
raid,
everyone.
you better
Love you guys.
all type in all caps raid. Scream at him, all right? We don't even know who this person is. We might as well scare him. All right, let's go. Let's go. 2 viewers.
Let's go.
5 viewers. 6 viewers. 10 viewers. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Wait, how do I join? Wait, how do I join?
Oh,
It's auto joined.
yeah, it's auto join. All right,
Auto
we're
join?
rating. Did it work?
Yep.
All right.
And then sold it immediately.
Hey, what's the thing that you can like have somebody go to the store for
I
you and
gotta
bring
end
you
the
stuff
stream.